And welcome everybody back to the Crypto Kingdom. We are here and going to, I guess we're going to be discussing, as we always do, Harmony. Okay, Harmony One. That is our key here that we focus on, a key investment. 20 times your earnings over the past several weeks. We have a good group of, there we go, making sure we're live, doing a little bit of testing, just a little bit of testing, letting some people get into the room. Okay. We'll let people fill up in the room. Nice to see you guys coming on into the room. It's Friday night. I hope you're doing well. Harmony One is doing well. The question presented to you guys in the title is whether or not Harmony One has been pinned. Okay, we're going to look at whether or not we have pinned the price action of Harmony One with a support based upon the Fibonacci levels that we have. Determined prior heretofore. The charts look a little bit different than they have before. And hey, it's Friday night. I hope you guys are doing well. Or if it's Saturday when you're hearing this, I hope you're doing great. I would listen to the entirety of this stream. It will include educational resources for you, and it will update you on what we are using here amongst our subscriber base in order to achieve 30% recently in a sideways consolidation for Harmony One. Okay, sideways. 30% again down at this level, 10%, overall a doubling of people's money in and around the last 12 days. So I would pay attention to the entirety of the stream. It will include some educational benefits, my background, private hedge fund ownership. I've been around the world 4 times, have a great education, as do many of our subscribers. And it's great to see all you guys filling back up into the chats. And yeah, we're going to kick off a good weekend here by looking at Harmony One and lining up. Okay, lining up exactly. Okay, we are precisely, okay, literally precisely within the trading channel that we anticipated that we would be in. So it is not surprising at all to look at the chart right now and to realize that we discussed this level of support on the Fibonacci's. We discussed, as you guys will recall, you'll recall over the last few days that we discussed, okay, an accumulation schedule or a buying of the dip. The previous, let's say the previous few videos here was all about how do we play this price action, okay? We have a 20x altcoin, okay, a top 100 altcoin, which has performed phenomenally well. Great story. We love the fundamentals. How are we going to play after this price action, wherein we gave you the exact target, guys? We give all of you, as you know, the exact precise target here in and around 13 cents. All right, we'll pull that up in a moment. But if you watch our videos, if you're paying attention, our goal is to provide you accurate information in a timely format so that you can maximize your gains, period. That's our only goal. We've been bringing you accurate information. We gave you the 13 cents. Bam. You got 30% return, between a 30 and 50, depending upon where exactly you bought in on this price action within the last 24 to 48 hours. So congratulations to the crew. I'm talking with people. They're making money. You guys are doing well. That's phenomenal because we've been in a sideways and a retracement, a healthy retracement. I tell people it's like going to the gym. You guys understand that. After a huge run up, you've got to have a little bit of a breather. Okay, it's just a natural part of the price action, folks. It's a naturally occurring phenomenon. Okay, as sure as it's going to go up, it's going to take a breather. We did get a positive move in the price action here, and I want to just bring up the good news is that as we're all watching this, you all know, the ones who have been here prior heretofore, the last few days. Particularly last night, it was as we talked into buying the dip. What we've done is we have included, okay, a Fibonacci sequence. Okay, this is a Fibonacci retracement tool. This is built into the program. This is built into, now this is specifically TradingView. Okay, I'm going to just educate you for a moment on what TradingView is and how it's built into the multiple exchanges. If we can get into that, let me actually show you. For instance, with Binance, I want to show you what your Binance has built in. All right, Binance literally has built in the same interface as TradingView. When you see this, the exchange, this is the largest exchange, and this is for educational purposes. Please pay attention. Binance is the largest crypto exchange on the planet. Okay, the largest on the planet of a $2 trillion market. Okay, what do they have right here? they have TradingView. You see this right here? So when I'm on TradingView and I say I have a premium package to TradingView, which I recommend if you can use it, if you can learn how to use it, phenomenal. If you've been dealing with these dynamics of technical analysis for years, what we're trying to do is predict, okay, with a level and measured certainty that X, Y, or Z will happen, and we want to capitalize on all X, Y, and Z on whatever the contingents are. Okay, so when we look at TradingView, a lot of us have been using these types of dynamics for years, these types of variables and computations. Okay, when I talk about a computation, when I talk about Fibonacci, it's an inherent part of the Binance, the largest exchange. It's on other exchanges as well, if you can get the Fibonacci's on, and you can through TradingView. Now, Binance has them right here. Okay, I can literally go into the Binance interface and draw out the same exact Fibonacci's. It may take a long time to be able to understand how to use them, in what context, to make sure you have the proper, let's say the proper trajectory. They're trend based. We like to follow the trend. That is a predictive element in terms of the geometry, just sheer price action in the geometry. It will allow us to forecast. So when I have drawn this, just a very, very brief reminder here, as I have drawn up this Fibonacci. Now that's included in your Binance, and it's included in all of your exchanges. Okay, the major exchanges all have a TradingView component. All right, the trick is, how do we use, right? How do we use the technology? We used to have to do this. Now, I didn't do much of this, but I know how to do it. We used to have to actually compute these levels in terms of the retracement. As we look at the retracement that we drew up last night, look exactly at the level of support that has been defined. Okay, and this is at the 0.382 level of retracement. That means there's been a retracement from the start of the trend to the top of the price action. There has been a retracement to 0.382. This 0.382 has held like a firewall, guys. Look at this. Incredible support. Incredible support. The last time we saw this was down at another level of Fibonacci retracement. Okay, this is another level of Fibonacci retracement. I don't have that on now, so you can see the overall price movement here, okay? And I don't want you to get a bad sentiment when you see this other price action. We just experienced a 30% jump in price. People had the exact entry point, all right? So when you see that exact entry point prior to the actual event, when it hits, and we know you guys have literal orders literally sitting on the books with the exchanges, and bam, you get to wake up and you're up 30%. That's a beautiful day. That's a good day with the community, with the subscribers. So that's the kind of information we want to bring you, is this type of a price target. The other type of information we want to bring you is this Fibonacci retracement tool. And we discussed yesterday how to buy the dip on an accumulated basis. Essentially, the more that it retraces, we will accumulate more at a heavier level. Okay, that's typically we, meaning people with a strategy. You also have a strategy. Your strategy may differ. In terms of this being financial advice, hey, you guys go get your own financial advice. I'm trying to educate you on a great strategy to minimize your risk and maximize your gains. Okay, by route of delivery of accurate information. Part of that information is showing you this program. All right. These are not my calculations. You may be like, London, this makes sense or not. I don't agree with it. The problem is, it seems all arbitrary. It seems too good to be true. Well, if you can do advanced mathematics on a piece of paper or calculus, the fact that an equation works, you may look at that and doubt the equation. It just seems too good to be true that this equation, we could solve for x, the coefficient of x in this equation. Guess what? It's exactly the truth. Yes, these are the precise levels calculated within the trading program, period. It's not debatable. It's not something that we can look at and say, well, we just disagree with the Fibonacci's. No, guys. Fibonacci is a natural, ordered, kind of progressive, dynamic, dealing with ratios of growth that are applied to the market. And I bring up the Binance, okay? Why? Because they use TradingView, okay? Their traders are very familiar with Fibonacci's. The entire markets, okay, from the commodities and futures market to the currencies exchanges to the, let's say, Forex to, whichever, from NASDAQ to Dow, whatever you're looking at, a trader that's on the street, he's going to be very familiar with something like Fibonacci, okay? Extremely familiar with it, guys. Familiar with it. This is not a unique dynamic just to this localized group within Harmony One. No, no, no. This is a behavioral pattern based upon the calculations that's going to occur in essentially any tradable price dynamic. It's just a fact. Anything that has a growth and a retraction phase to it, it's a natural order of events. So me being correct is as easy as saying I know how to use the program relatively well, TradingView. So you guys are welcome to look into that program. That's probably on your platform right now. If you can get the advanced premium edition, I suggest it. If you can't for whatever reason, no problem. We're happy to bring you the information which is advanced. Right now, it's on the premium package of TradingView, so it's the upper tier of what you can get out of this program to help you calculate your purchase. Let's say right now, to help you calculate your buying of the dip. You want to maximize, remember, you want to maximize, okay, your cost basis here, or your efficiency on your cost basis. Huh? How do you do that? By achieving a lower price. So this golden pocket, we discussed the golden pocket in and around the 618. That's a fancy word for saying, hey, most of the time, and let me move this over here. I'll just put this right to here. This kind of this gold arrow, bam, straight into a certain kind of ratio right here. This ratio is a 0.618 to a 0.65 level of retracement that is typically seen as beautiful, okay? It is a part of the natural order of the growth cycle of a stock, okay, or of a price of anything, okay, anything that's tradable. Things operate around this 0.61 to 6.65. Now, it's not absolute. It's not required. This, for instance, could stall out here depending upon the interest level that is here at the 0.38. And I'll just say at the, let's say at the 15, what does this look like? What's this exact level? The 15.5, looks like 15.5. So at the 15.5, based upon our understanding, and now this is a unique event in here. We did have the prior Fibonacci in and around this level of 15. Okay, this 15 was hit within the past, I'd say 3-4 days, a few different times. People made about 10% each time. We have now redrawn this Fibonacci at the different level based upon the most recent price action. You guys see the mathematics stick. I mean, you cannot get past this. The ones that are watching this right now are like, you got to be kidding me. Not at all. This is completely predictive. This is people having orders in at calculated levels, all right, based upon the previous pricing action. So it's phenomenal that you guys are able to see this work. Very excited that we were able to bring you this exact level, okay, that has held in terms of a support. Now, we discussed, okay, and we discussed this, but I did leave it open. I always leave open your option to get more heavily involved or less heavily involved. What I am doing is bringing up the option of people continuing to have a residual reserve available if and when the following contingent. So let's go ahead and reconfirm. First of all, this level of support is dynamically beautiful. Congratulations to the crew. Congratulations to everyone in Harmony One, okay? Beautiful. From the management team to all of you, everyone who's subscribed. And go ahead and if you could, make sure you click on notifications. Click on obviously subscription. You guys are getting the notifications. This is the notification gang that's on right now live. And it's kind of late on Friday night. I just wanted to bring you some information because, I mean, this thing is held up beautifully. It's just gorgeous, right? It's phenomenal. So I wanted to talk about that dynamic, and I do want to reinforce the other dynamic very quickly just in terms of review so that we know 100% beyond any shadow of any doubt, okay, that yes, indeed, okay, this has held up exactly as planned. All right, let's get this in and around here. Now, I do not like to adjust these every day. Mostly I like to just leave them, okay? Because I have to zoom in, I have to zoom out, so I can leave them a little bit crudely established, or I can just, I think it's right in here is about, and we can actually go to here if we'd like to. the beginning of the trend, and we'll talk about how to define the beginning of the trend. You'll see the support levels along here that are reached, in and around here, in and around here. Level 1, step 1. Step 2, support reached. Step 3, support reached. Step 4, a little bit of ambiguity. Binance itself, the exchange, started to have some issues, as I recall. They started to have a few issues in terms of withdrawals, okay, withdrawals, limiting withdrawals for individuals. The Harmony One got very hot, all right? You guys will recall, in and around March 22nd, things got very, very hot. It had multiplied. We were up 20x, okay, within a number of weeks. So some things kind of developed in terms of the institutional framework, which upset some people. I understand that. I believe it's been resolved, and we are still at a good point and receiving positive price action after a retracement that has not even been to the fullest extent of what could reasonably be expected, which would be around the 0.68. I know everyone wants the rocket ship, everyone wants $1 within a 4-week time frame. It's possible, but do remind yourself, people are projecting $1 by the end of the year, correct? Yes, so not necessarily by the end of April or May, right? Some are, but that's very aggressive, right? That's extremely aggressive. We would expect some degree of a pullback, even through, I hate to say a mistake, but not a market blunder, a news blunder, but there's great news all the time. Can we account for any kind of bad news? Potentially. Or just any other kind of competition? Potentially. Or any other kind of redirection. Well, money seems to be flowing right now into a different asset class. That's normal, guys. Those are normal conditions. I mean, if we're batting a home run, you may get a home run every time at the plate, but I can tell you this: and we have a good batting average, in terms of those home runs that we are getting at the plate. I'll say this though: it may be extremely difficult to get a grand slam at every bat at the plate. Okay, this may be the best hitter in the field. Okay, it may be getting us a home run every time at the plate, particularly as we look in at our price targets. That's where we win. All right, here we still win while things are cooling off. Here we still win. We had a few small wins in between that. The notion, okay, that we're going to get a home run every time, we're pretty close. All right, we're really close. We called this as a fake out inverse head and shoulders. You guys know that, and bam, 32 straight hours. Okay, green candles. Okay, 8 straight green candles on the 4-hour charts. A phenomenal weekend. This here, exactly on the price target. These are home runs. Now these are all bam, home run, bam, bam, bam. All of these are home runs, but it would be the difference of, okay, fine. He's going to hit a home run every time he gets up. Best player in the league. This may be Harmony One. Period. The question, we can't necessarily say, well, we kind of have to rely on everybody else, okay, on the team or in the field, etc., to get on base themselves. We have to rely on outside activity, etc. So we can get up to the plate and we can crank it out of the park. That's our skill set. That's maybe the asset that we're dealing with. Other people we start to rely on, maybe other types of investments, etc. Things get kind of, we can hit a home run, but maybe not a grand slam. And that's when the bases are loaded. We get up and the bases are already loaded, right? So they may be loaded, unloaded, etc. It's that kind of external factor that I want you to think about that has nothing to do specifically with Harmony One. It's just kind of a contingent. We kind of plan for a contingent. It's still a home run hitter. Absolutely. The best we know of. Literally, we would not be spending this amount of time unless it were the best that we know of. This is the best home run hitter that we know of. Okay, we've just hit another. Bam, 30 up. Bam, 30% up. All right, in here, 10%, 10%. That's doubling your money in 12 days. All right, I want to talk about frequency duration for a minute and get into what's the reasonably expected frequency duration of this portion of the chart of this recent run-up, because some of you right now may be mildly involved at this upper level of the Fibonacci. You may be getting somewhat bullish, okay? That's to be expected, okay? I will bring up, because you see that we're holding a level, okay? What is nice is that we are involved right now at 2 levels. Not just this one level. In breaking down, and I always state, and before we move on to that, I want to say here, as we look at this previous price action retracement at the 0.38, which we did experience, which is very normal. These all have retracements. Nice retracement, okay? I mean, do you want to measure this? Let's go ahead and measure this retracement so we can put this in context, give you a little bit of a flavor. Let me look here real quickly. Fib retracement. Now, if you'll look at this, okay, which is a dynamic move to the upside, okay, what did we hit in at? The 0.618 right here. You guys see that? Do you see that even on this dynamic, beautiful price action up, what did we hit back at? The 0.618 golden pocket. Okay? So, you know, applying the mathematics, the basic mathematics to it, you guys are fine with this 0.618, right? Yeah, you're fine with that. But when we apply it to the overall trend, people start to get really squeamish. They start to get upset. They start to say, well, you're speaking negatively about Harmony One. I mean, you literally have to not do any of your homework on the stock market to believe that. I'm just going to say that, and I don't mean that in a rude way, but you have to understand the overall trend. You have to understand that in the application of this phenomenal move up, we still got a 0.61. We still got into the golden pocket, okay? And that's that dynamic ratio level, that dynamic proportional level of a pullback, a retracement after the initial price action. Okay, phenomenal velocity and magnitude achieved, okay, in the price action. Bam. All right, huge move to the upside. Then we have the retracement. Back to what? Back to the golden pocket level, which is 0.61 or to 0.65 of a retracement. Okay? Very simple. It seems like a huge retracement. It does, right? But that's part of the positive price action. It's part of the dynamic of anything that's traded. So that occurred here. When we apply it to the overall trend, people start to get a little squirmish. Well, I don't know. Have we topped out? I'm going to tell you, we did that here on a micro level. Maybe the entirety of it needs a bit of a breather. No problem, no problem. So we're achieving on a larger kind of macro scale what we had achieved on an individualized kind of smaller micro scale. So enjoy that fact. Let it give you a little bit of a breather in terms of any stress levels or concerns you have about whether or not this is quote unquote normal. Okay. As we look into this at the higher levels, we'll say normally we don't have any investment. At the second level, I recommend kind of a single kind of light peppering into the cash, okay? This is just me personally so that I have reserve cash on the way down to cover any contingents and to maximize my buying, okay, my buy-ins at a lower price. That's how I make more money. That's a strategy to make more money, maximize your gains. And we want to deal with the contingent again here. We would want to buy in at the lowest price to maximize our gains on this specific price action to maximize the gains on the following spike. Okay, so that's very clearly understood. No one's going to argue with that. You want the lowest price you can get, the best deal you can get on it. All right, and you want to ride that up and maximize. What do? We buy low, we sell high. Right? Yeah, we buy low, we sell high. Easy stuff, right? So we need to see if and when this thing's going to get down into kind of an equivalent, we'd say maybe a golden pocket here. All right. Now the whole entirety of this may come down into the golden pocket here. All right. And I want to bring that over to discuss that dynamic. Let's bring this through just so that we can see that we may need to pull this down just a touch. Let's pull this down. It's about ballpark. I don't like to move these things around because they get finicky when you move them around, but I want to do an overlay so you can see. Let's do this so you can see exactly what we are dealing with. Let's do this. That may allow us to bring this down. Hold on one second. The programs work. They're not exactly precise when you zoom in and out all the time. There we go. All right, now we're going to pull, not that one. We're going to pull. It gets a little complicated. It's kind of like architectural rendering. I'll say that it feels a little bit like architectural rendering. If you guys have used CAD or any of the design programs, it kind of feels like you are designing the price, or it is already pre-designed, and your challenge is, now we'll be able to do this. Let me zoom. or your challenge is to kind of construct the blueprints around what's already been designed for you to understand. I think if that, let's see, there we go. That's about right here. Okay, now your options here are going to be more or less the following, and I will we can bring this over. Let's see if we can square this out just a touch. I will pull this in. I want to just let you know the figures that we're dealing with. Again, this is your peak. The retracement levels, okay, include down to the golden pocket, which we just saw in one of the primary spikes. This almost doubled your money right here. Literally, that was a doubling your money. We saw a 61% retracement, okay, golden pocket. Okay, that's the ratio that's repeated the most in nature and the markets, that's most reliable and foundationally sound for continued sustained growth in the direction, believe it or not, in the direction of your trend. All right, it's the most sustainable, most often repeated figure of reliance that we can say of reliance that is captured upon for these types of trends, okay, to continue to function, for the price action to essentially complete what it has started. So to say it's inevitable, I don't use that word because I don't want to create too much of a reliance on it, but it is foundationally important. It can be avoided. It can be avoided. It can certainly defy the odds at any point in time at any single level. And that's why we use kind of the advanced, we like to use the advanced mechanisms of TA, technical analysis, to inform us if there's going to be any deviation or to give us a heads up as to the fact that maybe we're not headed to this golden pocket. And all that would be is a retracement in the overall price action of the entirety of the trend back to this area. Okay, we did have an upward price movement. Okay, within the last say 48 plus hours now. So that has changed the nature of what we can expect. Still, on the overall nature of this, we may get back to the 0.61 to the 0.618 or 0.65, this golden pocket. We may get back there nonetheless, even with the current, okay, and this is where I want to talk about levels of investment, given the fact that it's currently holding at the top level of the Fibonacci. We may still get back down to this level, which is 0.10. If we do, okay, if we do, no one here needs to believe I am speaking poorly at all about Harmony One. I love Harmony One, or else I would not be spending all of this incredible amount of time on Harmony One and teaching you about technical analysis and important figures like the 0.618 or the 0.65 and what a golden pocket is. I would not be spending all this time with you. This is a phenomenal investment device. I love it. Period. Okay, I start to speak in ways that you don't understand because I understand the mathematics. If you don't understand the mathematics, I would suggest taking a deep breath and trying to open your mind as to how this is a good number for you. This 0.61 and this 0.65, essentially 0.62, okay, and 0.65. Why is it a good number? Well, we just showed you how the number here catapulted you up to here. And this was almost twice your money here, right? That was almost a double in a matter of hours. And we showed an additional positive price action after this, which was 0.68 on a micro scale on this individual price action here. We just showed you how that was positive there. On the overall trend, it is no different. And you may say, well, we want it more aggressive. I'm going to tell you, we want it more aggressive. We want it every 3 days on the way up. That's it. Okay, great. Well, if you find that investment that's every 3 days, doubling your money every 3 days, I guess you're going to have to call the guards in, because I don't think that there is one right now. Okay, this is why things become like this. They have controls put on them, believe it or not. When we look at Binance stepping in and everyone says, well, we didn't like that with Binance did it. Well, this thing every 3 days was trying to double your money. So Binance kind of got like, well, maybe they're going to institute normal control mechanisms on the price action somehow, correct? Yes. So what do they have us in now? Well, a short, little small retracement. Is that a big deal? Guys, they do this all day in and all day out. To not expect some degree of that would be a utopian world that we do not live in. And you guys know that. I know, but this thing is I know, but we wanted to be at 50 cents already. I know. They know. And we're not. And it's okay. Why? Because we still made 30% of our money here. And why? Well, it's okay. We still made 30% of our money here. We gave you this price target. Okay? We weren't involved in all of this. Possibly briefly here for about 10%, and I started to learn you guys just love 10%. The crew of subscribers here loves 10%. I'm just going to tell you, if you could give them, give them if you give them a Christmas gift and tell them it's the greatest thing in the world, here, and wrap an empty box and say, guess what it is? It's the best gift. I'm sorry, the best gift in the world. They're probably going to say, you didn't give me 10%, did you? Honestly, that's how I honestly feel. If they could guess at an empty, or guess at a Christmas present, they might look at me and say, did you get me 10%? Because that's literally what they've been doing along the way here. Now, this was a big, heavier capitalized position. This is in and around kind of lighter loads, etc. The same thing's been happening at lighter loads in here at 10%, on and off throughout the day. So it's kind of a joke. What I get you guys for Christmas? Everybody's like, did you get us 10%? That'd be the good group to have, the good list of subscribers. But that's just the generalized feeling of the crew. So that's okay. Now, the other part of the crew has been holding, and we need to understand there's a group that's been involved since about 2 or 3 cents, since 5 or 6 cents. Some people are involved at lower levels, at heavier volume at those lower levels, and they have an overall higher level, potentially a higher level. Okay, and I'll question that right now. A potentially higher level of capitalization involved, of finances involved on the aggregate. But we're going to have to start looking at that, okay? Because with all of that dynamic price action, and I want everyone to listen, both the holders and the traders on this, with all of the dynamic price action and all of the incredible attention that Harmony One was achieving in and around this huge growth pattern from March 11th to March 13th, 14th, step 1, huge increase. Step 2, huge increase. Money doubling, guys. Bam, bam, doubling every 2-3 days. With all of that incredible price action, yeah, with all of that incredible amount of capitalization, right? Yeah, I want you to compare that incredible amount of capitalization, right? Yeah, compare it to what? Compare it to what we're going through right now. Okay? So yes, there's an interest for the holders, sure. Some people are involved here, no question. But I want you to compare this level of support and the duration. Compare this level of near support, consolidation, the duration. And I want you to look at this where we're at right now. So the players involved, I'm just going to say if they're not steadier right now, it's real close, guys. It's real close. Look at this. Yeah. Do you see what I'm talking about? We do have this is a 30% rise, and then look at this. I mean, it's almost flatlined on this level of support. So yes, we've had that, but we had that earlier on, didn't we? A bang up job, in terms of a comparison for us to look at. So we have a little bit of pressure from these holders who have just sat there, etc. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to compare their price action and the capitalization, okay, in terms of the overall amount invested, etc., whether they're holding or they're selling. I see them selling. You see that? Yeah, they're selling into this. They're selling into this. Absolutely. Okay? Now, they maintained here steadily. All right. All right. Now, that price action is similar to this event in here. Now, it's not a carbon copy. It's not a cloned, kind of cloned circumstance where we could just pull over a kind of a cloned layover. But this level of support is phenomenal. How did we achieve that? And I'm not saying we get down to the golden pocket. I'm not saying that's even in play right now. Okay, in the near future, I mean in the immediate future, it's not. Now we have discussed accumulation schedules here, and not just at the. Let's go ahead and talk through this briefly. Okay, and we did have the hit. Let's go ahead and look at the. Let's revisit these hits in and around here. These executed at this Fibonacci level of retracement. okay, for you. Some made 10%. It executed again for you. Bam, mathematics are just beautiful, right? They're on, okay? Now we're at a different level of retracement and note, a different level of support that people might have just drawn a straight line across and said, okay, fine, at 15, we've got a level of support, let's hit it. No, 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 no. We are calculative down to the renewed, kind of the newly regenerated price action here and the recalculated Fibonacci's, guys, down with precision science, literally. You don't get this level of precision everywhere. So congratulations for those of you who are following the Fibonacci's, who are playing according to the order book here. And again, it's not my order book. This is an order book that's been around for a long time in the market. So that we can discuss it and we can watch it unfold is a beautiful thing. This is how you learn, guys. This is literally the market in action. This is us seeing the differentiated Fibonacci levels here. We understand precisely why we're at this level. I don't think there's anyone watching right now who does not understand why we're at this level. We have a retracement support line at 0.382, and it's stuck beautifully, all right? It's literally a bullseye, bam. You know, it's phenomenal. Very well done. Very well done. That tells me that people have entered in and around this level in this first green zone, and we discussed that at a very light level. They've probably decided to about double down their position in here. Now they have enough capital potentially in this entire zone, to probably aggregate this amount and double or triple down even in here. Okay, if this is 100 and this is 300, they're going to they're going to triple down into here. Or 100, let's say double, 200. That'd be about 300. I bet they have about 600 to go ahead and pick up here. Now that covers them on the upside in case it decides to kind of float away and go on a positive price trajectory, right? Absolutely. Now, is it the most likely thing that it would just retrace 38% when it's in an overall retracement position here? Is it likely that it's going to just retrace about 38% and go ahead and just cruise to the upside? Well, you know, let's look at this because this was a huge move up here. It was phenomenal. This retraced to 61%, didn't it? Yeah, so what would make it more likely now, given the fact that we're in kind of an expression of a relaxation or kind of a breather, a necessary breather, a necessary rest from the incredible price action we've received? What would make it any more likely right now that, well, we're going to hold at this and it's just going to skyrocket? Something could happen. It could beat the odds. It could. But the odds are, I'll tell you this, the odds are we're going to make more money on the upside of the next movement if we achieve a better price. Relative to the recent increase in price, it is still relatively very expensive. But it's worth a little bit of an investment, okay, in case, okay? And this is a strategy. It's just a strategy used by a lot of the advanced, I'll say highest level institutional investors. Okay, so again, in terms of education, I'm glad to just bring you the education of what some institutional investors are dealing with in the crypto market, period. That's it. Some big players, guys. So, and it's good that you can understand this and you can see it play out in your, at this point, you've got to be like, no kidding, this is probably how the advanced traders on the street, okay, and I'm talking on the literal street, right, on the Wall Street, literal, look out your window and you got the, you know, the street sign there, guys. Literally, this is the type of predictability that you get into where you're like, yeah, that would make sense. I believe you now. I think we got to that point where you're going to say, okay, fine, I believe you. We hit this perfectly. We're right on this perfectly. I think you guys understand. Okay, fine. You're probably at the point where you're like, yeah, he really means it. There are people on the channel that have doubled their money in the last 12 days amidst a consolidation and a retracement. Yeah, there are people who are very good traders. They're probably in the top 5% of the subscribers, and they probably have doubled their money, maybe more. Okay, you have to hit it really well, but maybe more. Including exchange fees, it may get a little difficult. They'd have to be playing with some serious cash. But that's just the generalized tone. Okay, those are just, everything has a qualifier that I'm just glad to be educating. Okay, you guys, I hope you're learning. I know you're learning. Hey, are you guys, do you want to join the Discord? Let me go ahead and pull over a Discord. Let me get involved in the chat and pull a Discord. Don't tune out right now because the Discord is where we discuss a lot of these issues, and there are some just really great people there. Let me see, what do we got? Invite friends. Can I invite a friend into this? That would be great to invite a friend. Invite members. Well, does anyone have does the moderator in here have a copy of the Discord so we can invite friends? Oh, here we go. I got it. Invite a member. Here's the invite copy. Let me go back to here. I just want to make sure you guys have that link so that you can actually, I appreciate you getting into the, and someone just clicked a don't like because of Discord. What? I can't stand when people, if you don't like this channel, you don't have to listen to the channel. You don't have to show up every night and just click that you don't like. It's kind of uncool, isn't it? That's okay. I mean, that's your prerogative. That's fine. Maybe you just don't understand what a Fibonacci is. Maybe you don't understand what mathematics are. That, it's very possible. Or maybe you don't even know what Discord is. Literally, people hear about something and they don't like it. You don't even know what a Discord is. Literally, you don't even know what it is. What's a discourse? I don't know. Let's go have a discourse is a discussion, right? It's a program that allows you to have conversations with people. That's all that it is. I didn't know what it was either. I have to say that in terms of the people that don't like it or like it. I didn't know what Discord was either. So let's see this and let's pin that just so you guys have it. But if people don't like that because they don't understand what it is, I guess that's okay. I understand that. If you had a bad experience with another platform, that's fine. We do have moderators. I want to let you know on the Discourse. It is not a back channel in terms of anything dark or anything weird. We have the highest of ideals. It is a fair place for everybody to get involved and learn. It is a positive dynamic. There is nothing unclean about any portion of it. We maintain the highest standards. It is fit for literally the standards I wrote down to the moderator. This has to be a clean place if and when kids or teenagers or whoever else decides to get into it. It's not made for that at all, but it has to be, everything has to be legal and above reproach at every level in terms of professionability or professionality. So professionalism. I didn't know I could make 3 words out of the word professional, but that's how professional I demand that it be. So I've never done it before in terms of 3 different words for being professional, but I just did it because that's literally the level that you can expect at the Discord, and I want you guys to live up to that. If you click on that link, remember, professional, period. If it doesn't have to deal with finances, I don't want to discuss it. If it doesn't have to deal with crypto or finances, I don't want to discuss it. Everything else goes out the window. Same thing on this channel here. We may digress from time to time, but when we have information this exciting, when we are literally nailing, okay, the projections and the price targets, etc., the levels of support, and there's this much coordinated effort, but I'll even say at this point, not between us, but between the overall market in Harmony One and the market makers, because at this level, they must be seeing what's going on, and they're responding in kind. So that's phenomenal to be able to see that. Particularly, if you'll recall, in the previous chat, we did come to you live just because people started getting messages that Harmony One was spiking 10%. And people started wondering, should we get in? Is it about to run away? Guys, that's the market maker. That's the market maker creating sales. I mean, that's all he's doing is he's pushing on a sell button, essentially, that you're going to push on in return, or someone's going to push on and create some demand at a higher price. For whom? For anyone who bought in probably right around here, who used this as a level of support. That's his function as a market maker. People buy in at this level of support. He accumulates essentially purchase contracts. What's he going to do with those? Well, now he's going out to the market. He's pushing those notifications out to individuals on their cell phones who use their exchange, whether it be crypto or the Binance, and he's selling those. He's getting into the market and selling those. You can see that's the exact dynamic and nature of a market maker. He's receiving orders and bam, he's going to unload them. That's his job, is to facilitate that volume on this beautiful investment instrument. Do you guys see how that works? You see how, the question is in terms of what does a market maker do? He's receiving orders and then bam, he's going to float them out and he's going to achieve a price on them. He's going to get those individuals a different price. who are wanting to play this kind of intraday here. Okay, that 10%. So when I talk about the overall price action, what people have achieved in the last 12 days, for some people it's more than 2x. I guarantee you, of what we can easily identify mathematically without getting extraordinarily technical. We can pinpoint to the 2x. Okay, and this is not light. This is not light Friday night kind of action. Do you guys know that? I think we figured that out. Huh? It's not light Friday night kind of chill. Let's do nothing. No, you guys are relatively intense. I'll say this, very intelligent individuals who want to understand what's going on, and it's a great way to spend a Friday night. It's a great way to see what you've done this week and exactly the last few days. With a 30% increase, and bam, just it's perfect. Again, we're in the same scenario. Extraordinarily accurate information, okay? And the charts don't lie, guys. The calculations don't lie. If I could insert my opinion into any of this, it would probably, it could fail. This isn't my opinion, all right? And it's not my opinion that on any lower level, increasing a position, okay, financially, and increasing a volume position at a lower price is going to increase your odds. If there is an upward trajectory here, is going to increase your odds of profit. It's going to achieve a profit maximization. Okay, so that's not my opinion either. That's a calculable fact. You guys have to understand that's just another fact. The same thing that this line is a calculable fact. It's a ratio, a pre-existing ratio. Accruing a larger amount of volume, okay, at increased dollars at lower levels on this chart is going to increase, okay, mathematically is going to increase the profits on the next, if there is a next, if and when there is a next positive price action, all right? On the contingent that it occurs early, you're already slightly involved. Not at a heavy level, okay? It's going to kind of have to defy even some of the best price action it received here, okay, and get extraordinarily bullish, okay, beyond extraordinarily bullish. It's going to get, what is this? It's going to have to get to a better angle than when you doubled your money. Now, people may have released a lot of cash on that. I'm going to say I saw a decent release. I don't know if you guys saw a decent release after this initial price action here. If you'll recall through the video, we were in a relatively solid channel on the way down in this retracement. We did kick up out of it. I saw a lot of people take profits. Then I saw, and this may be beneficial to you guys who are listening, because I did see, if you guys will recall, I saw when we went through the breakout of this channel. Very interesting, huh? This is very interesting, because we did, if you guys will recall the stream that we did when we decided, yeah, we'll play a little cash into this. I prefaced it out, play a little bit of cash just to ride along, and this breakout did cruise up relatively well, guys. It cruised up to about 18. Now that's not on this chart specifically, but that was about achievable, just under 18 in terms of the candlestick that was formed, if you guys will recall that. But that was a position in here during the day. We saw some profits being taken. In here, during that second breakout, wherein we played lightly, we saw additional profits being taken, okay? So this is telling you one story here, and I like, I don't deal with candlesticks on Fibonacci's. I just don't. I'll deal with them on some specific time intervals, on some different issues that we get into, but not on Fibonacci's. And there's a reason for that. I'll get into details in terms of kind of the back end of assumptions put into Fibonacci's. We don't need to do that right now. All we need to do now is say, we were getting into now the contingency of not going up is potentially consolidating or going down. If that occurs, are we upset? Not at all. Why? Because the amount of money that's brought over into this category on top, which essentially is, let's say it's 100 or 1,000, 10,000, a million, whatever that is, it's going to be divvied up into this level here, okay, of this other zone in the Fibonacci, okay? That's the strategy. That's the strategy which keeps this light and still capable of being compounded, okay, within this area. So the total in this area is 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 or whatever, whatever that is. Then the next would be, this whole area is 200, or 2,000 or 200,000 or 2 million or whatever the figure may be. Escalating down into the area below, were it to fall below the entirety of this. Now this 200 would be split up throughout the entirety of this area, okay, in 3 different levels or however many levels you choose. But to maximize and to achieve a lower price, we put that order in. We make the market maker come and get that extra cash. Yes, we have a slight, it's pepper in the position up in here. When we get into the dark green right at this level, yeah, that's a price target. Bam, okay, price target. First price target we get, okay, that's fine, just a little bit. We've broken into the zone, a little bit. Second one, we're getting into the heavy, a little bit heavier in the green. Bam, bam, we'll just double down. All right, we get down into this level. Yeah, when we got down to here, guys, this is not 100, 200. This is a multiple of the previous two. All right, this is 100, 200. That's 300 total. We're going to double that. Double the previous 2 levels. Wow, it's going to be hard to lose money. I'll tell you that if you keep doing that on a retracement, it's going to be real hard to lose money. And if you do that in this zone, and you don't, I got a question today about the reserve amount. Okay, how much reserve do you need for this strategy? Now, this strategy is not pulled off the back cover of a blackjack magazine, guys. This strategy is used by the top investors on the planet. I won't mention their name, but this is not a backdoor blackjack casino royale style of Wild West shoot 'em. No, this is used by the top, I'll say some of the top investment firms in the world. Okay, so the fact that it uses local colloquial or kind of expressions like a double or triple down, hey, don't. I would just, I'm not going to tell you what to think about the opinion, but don't discount it if you can do that, because it's used by some of the top investors, if not the top investor in the world, one of the most renowned. It's not Jim, Buffett? It's not Warren Buffett. Don't go there with me. He's old school. So let's look again, this golden pocket. If we drop down below, now this is a crucial ratio, okay? And zoom this back out, guys. If we go out on a trajectory out to here through a golden pocket or not, if we were to zoom up like this, you're not going to care in a few months. You're just not. If we traject this thing up out of the roof, or if it starts to look something like this, we're going to get past this. I mean, day by day, it seems like it's taking a long time. But if we really start to cruise this thing up like this, you'll forget this very quickly, potentially. In the meantime, to the extent it takes more time, you'll be making your 20, 30%. You'll be making your 10%, 10%. You'll be filling your days learning how to trade and taking care of your money the way you would want someone else, the very best, to take care of your money. I always ask people that. If you want to take care of your money, then you should take care of your money. If you don't want to take care of it better than anyone else can, why would you still take care of it? So that's kind of a challenge to you guys. But just look at this, something like that, something, and predictability, it's going to be what it's going to be. The long term is going to be kind of laid out by the exchanges, but that kind of starts to look like, I mean, who cares about this? I mean, look at where it is now. Yeah, look at where it is now. Where's it going? Wherever that occurs, what we're going to do is we're going to try and be, that would about, if you guys look at that would about maintain the trend. About, you see that orange line, that would about maintain the trend, right? Almost perfectly, right? Just eyeballed that, but almost perfectly through the center of that trend. You see that? So, it looks bad here, but that would about put us right where we want to be. That's about at 50 cents. That would about be, let's see, probably May. You're looking at May, okay? I'm not saying that's going to occur. If the trend were to continue, if it goes below that, okay, if it doesn't hit 50 cents by the summer, is anyone upset here that you're able to trade and look at price figures and learn how to be sustainable in a market? Because this theory is going to teach you, how to be profitable in a down cycle, okay? In any kind of a market correction, we're already in a retracement, brief retracement, okay? We believe in the long-term potential. I just drew this up to 50 cents to maintain the actual trend. That's not me inventing anything. That's the trend. Beautiful. That's fine. Can it maintain with a retracement? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can it get positive price action? And could it get above this and start using this generalized trend line as a level of support and operate on top of it and do even better? Absolutely. At any point in time. This price can do anything, and I tell everybody it can do anything except go backwards. It can't go to the left. We have to look to the left to try and tell each other what in ourselves what it's going to do. But yeah, I can do that. You see that? That's not unbelievable. That's not a big deal at all. Just not a big deal. You guys want to see what it look like when it hits $1? When do you want it to hit $1? I don't know. But that would be the generalized, the generalized trajectory. Do you expect it? And I'm going to ask you guys, do you expect the generalized trajectory to cool off at all? Huh? Do you expect it to cool off? Or do you expect it to maintain the same trajectory that it had within this initial phase here when it was achieving the 20x? Do you expect it to cool off? Due to the retracement? Or is it allowed to cool off? Do you want it to be that aggressive? Do you want to trade it? That's a good question for you guys. Would you want to trade? Or do you want to just buy to hold? Because there's two camps. Some people have to trade. Some people want to trade. Some people love trading. That's just it. All right? Other people, they just bought it to hold it. So there's both camps, and there's room for both camps, and we're both necessary to the price action. The exchange knows that. We appreciate the exchange right now. See, now that looks just wild, doesn't it? Looks like we missed the mark. Well, why don't we do this? Well, that looks a lot more reasonable, doesn't it? It's the same thing. Gets us to the same point. This gets us to the same point. Okay? Anything in this area gets us to the same point. Okay? And it's still along the trend line. Anything in this area that's worked up gets us to the same point. So enjoy that fact, huh? Just look at that fact. That's your dollar price target that people want at some point. That's the highway up, all right? We'll move that just right in the middle there. That highway can be achieved at any point in time. In the meantime, just ask yourself, I know the people on this channel, you like to trade, you like to learn, you want this technical analysis. That's what you're into. Now, we'll park this over here for no other reason than to get a closer look at what we're dealing with. But I do bring that up because you need to understand, that this golden ratio here is just a phenomenal opportunity to get in, just because it allows us to capitalize on a less expensive price. It's a better price for people to get in. And I don't see, and I want to correlate this, guys. I want to correlate this sideways price activity, this solid price activity after these original huge, this has got a good velocity to it, guys. Velocity, the speed with which it's going to change, okay, in price over a specified duration in time. This is some velocity. This is some velocity. Wham, all right? This is a little bit less velocity. It's a little bit less velocity. But in and around this time of high velocity, okay? I mean, high velocity, look, that's a lot of buy-in pressure. And what? We kind of just float around the same like we have here. I was going to say it's very similar. In a case of extreme velocity on the price action of Harmony 1, this is strong velocity too, guys. Look at this. We're looking at the velocity. I want to look at the velocity because we don't talk about that much. We may have even surpassed the velocity on this event or on this event. This is strong, guys. That's a strong move. Now, this is the price target we had at a heavy level. Look at that velocity. That's nice. That's nice. Very nice. Yeah, heavier money came in at that level, that 600 level. It could have been 600,000 for you. Could have been 6,000. But based upon the theory, the double down theory, yeah, that's pretty sweet. The double and the triple down. That's nice. That's some nice velocity achieved. So when we do, and I'm going to bring that up in the context, as you look at this, if we're surpassing, as we are surpassing, okay, even, I want to say almost surpassing, huh? It's close, huh, those velocities. As we're surpassing, okay, the original velocities, even amidst a retracement, you have to start looking at something like this and asking yourself, maybe this is reasonable. Yeah, I think maybe that is reasonable. Now we did move that over, but maybe this kind of maybe something in here. Yeah, maybe it's still possible. Maybe it's reasonable that we get up to that $1 mark over on the top right. Yeah, maybe that is reasonable. Okay, I've just given you one example right there, and a clear-cut example that you guys can look at. And again, the velocity, the change in price. When you talk about we got rocket ships everywhere, okay, why? Well, we're looking at the velocity, man. We're looking at the velocity of the change in price. Okay, it literally skyrockets. All right, in a very brief amount of time, we are achieving maximum velocity on the price. That's a standard. That's a term that's a standard of the art in a brokerage house. Okay, what's the velocity on this? It's not me talking about a rocket ship, not at all. This is us talking about the literal textbook definition of the velocity of the price, which is phenomenal on this recent price action of an increase of 30 to 50%. That you guys know we call the and I keep repeating because I don't know who's new in the chat, etc. But I will continue to refer to that because we do have a support line in a line with the Fibonacci's that we had discussed yesterday, and that has continued on in through today. I will continue to highlight that because it represents a beautifully orchestrated, I'll just say we were going to bring the orchestra in, okay? We were going to bring the orchestra in if people decided to fine-tune their acquisition approach and kind of model their acquisitions in line with something that looks very professional. Guys, this looks extraordinarily professional. This is a beautiful, beautiful example. This is almost, you have to admit, this is almost textbook. Literally almost textbook in terms of an acquisition schedule. Okay, so I'm not worried at all in terms of where this may go because I know that people have their acquisition schedule. I know they know how to operate. They know how to input specified orders at a specified price. You guys are very diligent, and you're to be commended. So that's it. Let me look at the. Let's look. First of all, if you guys could hit the up button, that would help this get out to more people. Or the thumbs up button. Thumbs up to you guys. But yeah, I like having you guys here. I hope that you're learning, and I hope you appreciate. At least give this chart. I'll just say that. Can you give this chart a thumbs up, a 20x chart, and can you give this reacquisition in terms of buying the dip? Can you say you approve of that? Can you approve that yes, you see this on the screen and thumbs up? You connect with that. Aside from the video or anything else, can you understand that that is a level of support? Can we get a thumb up? Yes, everyone understands. Yes, we like that. Yes, we understand that's a level of support. I would like to see that just kind of generate. Thank you guys. Thank you. That's important for us to be able to communicate and for me to know that I am demonstrating this well enough to where you understand that that's what's going on, is that's a phenomenal event and that you're able to confirm that knowledge. That's good. So that's where we're at now. I'm not worried where it's going. We're involved at level 2. Okay, this level 0, ground zero here with the red. I'll just tell you that's not an area where there's any investment from my end. Okay, from I say our end. I mean as if I'm teaching a lecture. Okay, as if I'm instructing someone in a class. I'm saying now, what do we want to do? Okay, it's a hypothetical way of speaking, and I'm saying we do not have any investments in this top level. It's a very instructional way of discussing the overall approach with you. And the approach is the one used by some of the heaviest hitting investors, largest investment funds on the planet, period. I'll get into, if I want to profile out an investor, I'll do that. I don't need to at this point in time. Look up Bloomberg Business, watch Bloomberg Business. It'll be front and center almost 24/7. So that's just the way that it is. So that's their content. This is my content, which I've extrapolated from their content. And having the financial past, 22 years I was thrown into a big hot seat financial analyst position after interviewing with investment banks, etc. And I was in charge of $1 billion equity fund and putting the money together in the investment package. So this is my bread and butter, has been for a long time. Okay, aside from the private hedge fund experience, etc. And a lot of, I've been around the world, 4 times, something like that. So worked with a lot of great people, worked with CEOs and fancy people and all this other good stuff, billionaires, and some of my best friends are the guys who hold the door at the high-rise facility. Just real life like that will catch you and remind all of us what's really important. So it's not always the money and the show and glow. But, okay, this is where we're at. I'm not worried at all about this entire level because you guys have demonstrated and we have all understood very, very well. Now, it's clear and evident that you have understood we're at the level 1, and we've gotten into the level 2 here. That level 2 is really 0, 1, 2, okay, this being 2. And the fact that we have gotten into that, let me bring an arrow over here so I can discuss this with you guys. Let's see what we got. There we go, trend line, incoming, okay. So again, let's go to the full screen, and then I will do this. But just to re-demonstrate, and so to capitalize on the time here, we understand in this top level zone, just like in the overall fib, right? In the overall trend, we have 0 investment here. Well, we have kind of a 1, level 1, which is, I'm going to just say we have $100, okay? 1,000, maybe 100,000, whatever that is, compounded down through this larger area. In the larger chart, this is about 200. So we're going to bring that over here, okay? It's a 1 to about a 2 ratio here, right? Yeah, so the 1 and then about a double down, right? Then for the next level down, what do? Well, we know for that next level down, we're going to double the entirety of this area. So this is 100, this is a 200, and then this is going to be, that's a total of 300. Yeah, this is going to be, what, 600? That's right. This is going to be 600, okay? Then we're going to take the 6, then 7, 8, 9, right? That's 9 total. Then we're going to double that. This is going to be 1,800. Okay, now that could be 1,800 on the example. It could be 18,000. Okay, it could be 180,000. It could be 1.8 million. None of those figures are going to faze me. Just none of them. Any one of those is fine. Then what? In the next level down, the gray area past the blue, what is the approach? Well, we're going to take all of this and we're going to double it. Bam. When it hits this, all right, if it hits this, bam, we're in heavy. Now, you may choose to vary these slightly. You may choose one entry point and that's it. You know, London, I appreciate all the discussion, all this educational stuff. I'm just here for the chat. You know, I'm just here for the chat. We like to chat, man. You are working yourself up so much over all these Fibonacci's. We don't care. We're getting in right here. We all decided in our own little club that we're getting in right here. That's fine. If you got, we just 50%, we don't care. Do what you guys need to do. It's not financial advice. It makes that notion makes me laugh. It's like, London, why are you talking so much? You know, what's really going on? I care about you guys, and I want you to have a positive dynamic in terms of your returns. I want to have good discussions with you guys. I want you to learn this technique. You may adjust if you choose, depending upon the nature of a bull or bear cycle, okay, or a retracement, or just an extension, wherever you're at, okay. You may choose to vary these percentages. That's where you're going to be giving yourself your own financial advice. I'm not giving it to you. I'm presenting a generalized model. Okay, a generalized model to where you can look at this level. Once it enters and breaches through, bam, you have some investment. Then you're going to double that, bam. Some additional people, it looks like they may have doubled it, or they're trying to replay this 10% that they got in here. That's cool. You guys imagine every level it goes down, you're going to get 10%. How many levels do you have to go before you double your money? Is it between 7 and 8? I think it is. I'll do the math in a second, but I don't think the rule of 72 particularly applies. If you want to know how quickly you double your money, just use the rule of 72 generally, right? So you just divide 72 by the percentage and you get about 7 times, a little over 7 times, you'll double your money. So people, when they're trying to get 10%, like I want to guarantee 10%, they just want to do that 7 times, they're going to double their money. So that's easy. That's easy money for them. Not a bad approach. We like the 30%. We like this really heavy level. So you understand the heavier levels of investment. You understand, okay, so this is 100, this is 200, or this is 200. The collective is 300. So then this is going to double that. So it winds up being a triple down, right? But it's really a double down. It's almost Fibonacci. It's dangerously close to being a Fibonacci investment. In fact, I may change it into a Fibonacci, okay, a Fibonacci trading strategy. The Fibonacci, essentially, so that you understand it. I don't want to get into what it is. I don't want to talk about what it is. I'm just going to start calling this. I may change the numbers myself and get into. It's going to be heavier weight on the bottom, though. I'll tell you that if I do that, than what it is right now. If I go real Fibonacci sequencing with the entirety of this, Be kind of nice, though. I don't know what you guys think about that. That would be kind of nice. Interesting. Interesting. We're close to that already, huh? Yo, Tony, shout out. It is Friday night. What's going on, brother? Just saw that comment. It is Friday night. Where is London talking at? Good question, Jonathan. What's up, Cassidy? Jonathan Cassidy in the house. What's going on? Jonathan, what do you mean? I have no idea what you mean, but that's okay. Let's see. It's going to following. Let me see if there's anything interesting in the deal. Why don't you guys shout out? I'm looking at the comments right now, so why don't you plug in and shout out and let me know what's going on with you. Anything you'd like to talk about. It is Friday night. We do have a lot going on. I don't want you to tune out. I have a little bit of different material to bring you. And I will tell you this. We'll have a little bit of fun here in a second. We'll have some fun, believe it or not. If you guys clear this and you wash this out completely, or the price washes out, guess what? You think I'm worried at all about you guys after demonstrating this level of purchase ability and timing? Absolutely not. I am worried absolutely zero, because I know, okay, you are falling back into this zone. I know that you understand the parameters well enough, and it's like, everyone's like, big deal, man, big deal. If it goes down through the floor, we're going to our golden pocket, bro. Right? Exactly. You're going to your golden pocket and you got what? Well, you got all of this. You're going to have double of that right here, right? Yeah. As soon as it falls through the floor of this, if it does, you got double, man. We're going to have double down here, and you have to plan this out. You have to look at finances for this to work. You must do this. This is you sitting, and I just tell people the example is playing a hand of blackjack, and I got 2 face cards. Hit me. No, sir. No. I'm the guy. I'm gonna bring up behind the pit boss. No, this is an important client. No, you guys are the important client. No, sir. I need to tell you, you don't want to do that. All right. If you're just gonna throw all and leverage all your cash into this position, and we're going out with, it's gonna be a rocket ship one way or another. Either they're gonna burn your account down, right? It's either gonna burn your account down or it's going to the moon. Darn it. The guys, we have more of the market left. All right, we have more of the market left to enjoy than you burning down your account. You're like, I'm going to burn down 1/3 of my account. No, you have more than 3 hands left to play a blackjack, okay? To play in the market. You have more than 3 moves left, I promise. Don't go there. Don't go there and get impatient and have to flip it over and lose your money. Don't do that, okay? So I'm not worried as long as you guys are reasonable in terms of your allocation in this area. When you break through, you guys need to have, listen to me, you need to have this equivalent larger measure that you used in and around here. Why? Because it got you the price action of 30%. Now it may come in around here. You're going to start seeing what a different price action can do around here. Or maybe it'll defy the odds. If it does defy the odds, you're already into level 2. Agreed? Now, whatever your level 2 is on the aggregate here, you're already slightly involved, and I like that you've peppered in just a touch here, okay? And I know you have. I like that you've peppered in just a touch in this darker green area, and I know that you have, because that's used as a support now. It's a phenomenal support line that's been drawn. That's beautiful, huh? And I like that you guys have done that. So if we go down to another level and we head down to this golden pocket, just get ready. Because that means we're all going to double down. We're going to get to the point, is this reasonable? And you're going to tell me whether or not I'm going to know this from you guys. As sure as I know you guys want that Christmas present, is it 10%? All right, okay, or is it $1? Whatever it may be for Harmony One. I'm going to know your trading strategy, and you're not going to be able to lie at all, okay, or misrepresent anything. Because I'll be able to tell, like right now, I know for a fact where the orders are. It's beautiful, all right? Very nice, very nice. I'll know what your orders are at these different levels. And you have to ask yourself this, okay? I'll also know if you have an order level in here that's doubling down this entire region. The price action should tell me, unless there's some other kind of event, right? And now this is going to get interesting, because you're going to start saying, well, I mean, come on, if we do a frequency analysis, a duration analysis, what is the average duration to which we could reasonably expect this to keep just going sideways? Are people going to keep putting in orders here? Well, I don't know. I mean, it kind of happened here, and then it kind of doubled everybody's money. That's interesting. I mean, it's a small play. You have to admit, it's a really small play to go in and say, well, it's just going to double your money. You spent a week and you doubled your money. Eh, it wasn't much money either. Well, that's not a bad way to spend a couple days, is it? Not even a week. It's not a bad way to spend a couple days, is it? And then what do? Next. If it were to go up, bam, next, right? Made 30%, next. We're going to get a better retracement? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll plan up a different retracement. Maybe we'll plan up a different agenda based upon what? Based upon a different cycle, okay? Kind of a different level or a different positioning or different character. Let's say a different characteristic in a different cycle, okay? And it's a different characteristic in a different cycle or a different point in time in the cycle. Let's go ahead and say that. You can look at all of these as cycles. Cycle up, down, wave theory. You can get into a lot of different dynamics, but it's going to be in a different cycle in the overall trend. I guess that's the best way to say is these are cyclical price actions. I would refer to these as cyclical price actions within the overall trend, okay? So we would be at a different cycle at a different point in the cycle, okay? Different point in that cycle in that a different in a different expression in the overall trend, meaning we are developing a different, trend, okay, and within the cyclical price action, we would be at a different point with different input parameters likely due to the fact that it looks like we are continuing the same cycle, the same most recent aforegoing pricing action event. Okay, that would change the dynamics. That's a lot of wording, just saying that the nature of the retracement would have ended, and we are looking towards a repeat cycle in line with these original stair steps, with these beautiful steps that are carved out. Okay, so we would start climbing again. Okay, we could start climbing again. When we do that, the nature of this accumulation may change. Okay, all right. The degree to which this were to continue to hold in this price cycle, in the instant price cycle, will dictate what the next cycle looks like, may dictate what the residual looks like if we are to head to the golden bucket. So I said last night I needed some additional data. This is exactly the type of data that we need to look at, because I know that you're covered now. I know that you're covered on this side. I know that enough of you are entered on kind of a level 2 to where it's at least interesting for you. You're involved and engaged in the market, and this becomes a discussion that you realistically have to say that you may feel good because you're kind of mildly involved, and it could have an upside. Now, it could drop. It could absolutely drop. Someone may get frustrated and understand what would cause it to drop. Well, there may be a large holder who, you know what, he needs more price action than this. He just, I decide, look at all these other coins, etc. I want to get in on the price action here. I'm going to move my couple million over to this other one. I'm kind of tired of the price action here. It's kind of stagnating, you know. I see the big players making, 10 times their money on this one or that one. Okay. Let's look at why I'm still into Harmony One. You guys, this is kind of our Friday night special edition. I think you'll like this, okay? This is a little bit different than what we typically go through. I want you to look at Coin Particle, all right? And this is kind of a different approach to things, okay? This is these are visuals on on your coins, all right? I want to bring up, everyone has kind of their little favorite coins, don't they? Yeah. Look what's real close, huh? Look what's real close to like center attention, huh? Harmony One, look at that. Now this is full of, I'll click a star on that, we'll outline that. I always ask you guys, we go through now on the Discord, you guys will join on the Discord. You have literally, okay, what is it? A discussion group, a channel within that server. We've established a server. Shout out to Yoski. Hey, Yoski, and shout out to TikTok Shorts in here. But with Yoski, he is the moderator there. So you guys be nice to Yoski. He's doing great. And yeah, what else do we have? What else do we have? This is a visual representation. You can see at any point in time. Coin particle. You will see the different images and be able to gauge what exactly is going on in terms of sentiment, growth, etc. This is kind of a socialized dynamic of what coins are being generated in terms of the interactions. So I think you'll like this. You can click on the different ones, learn about them. You can look at the last year. Okay, that's fantastic. Huh? Look at this. Isn't this just? I mean, this is live. This is cool Friday night stuff. I mean, if you think this is cool Friday night stuff, I know you guys are probably staying out of trouble, so it's good to have you here. But look who was on the map in the whole year. In the whole year, cool, huh? Look at that little Harmony One guy right there, huh? That's pretty cool. Now, are these based on returns? Let's look at the returns. The 1 year, the 200-day. Let's find that. Where's Harmony One? Here it is. It's right on the periphery again, huh? 7,000%, 2,000, etc. So these are nice sentiments. We're going to look into what all this is. You can adjust the settings, the speed, the side information, the filters on the mover rank. These are mover ranks. All right, mover ranks. Is this like Coin Crush? Let's look. Coin Particle is a live cryptocurrency data visualization tool. We provide a new and clear perspective of the cryptocurrency market through visualization. This makes it easier for you to identify patterns, trends, and insights and find new opportunities. Whether you're a professional, hobbyist, media outlet, or trader, Coin Particle offers all kinds of visualizations to keep you up to date with the latest insights. Our goal is to increase your understanding and information that drives the markets through particles. Feel free to contact us. Cool. Hey guys, shout out to Coin Particle. Pretty cool. Let's look at the markets. Let's see what the markets decide to tell us, if anything. There you go. You got some nice charts and markets that you can look up at any point in time on Coin Particle. You can look at the last 7 days. You can pull up which movers and shakers are having a dynamic time. No problem, huh? I like this. You guys enjoy this? It's a different deal. If you haven't looked it up before, it's kind of different. So enjoy that. Let's look up with the back to the 24 hours. And you guys have favorites. Well, we have a chart, or we have a discourse, okay? We have a discourse now that includes a hot coin section. So if you're going to choose a hot coin to bring to the discourse, run it through Coin Particle. Run it through something else beforehand. Don't let it necessarily just be one that you heard about. You watched a video. It was a good video, you got sold on it, and you're stuck to that like nothing else. Run it through some different differentials. Do a little bit of research on it. Bring some stuff to the table so we can see kind of what you're really thinking. I would prefer that. It'd be cool. If not, you'll have people in there who know kind of what we're thinking. Hey, there's my exchange. Cool, huh? There's my exchange. There's Harmony One, huh? Right there. Let's see if in 7 days we can bring up that Harmony One again. If we can. Whoa, find that. Whoa, that's wild. 30 days, let's go back 30 days, and we'll bring back up the Harmony One right here. Okay. So that's something for you guys to look at. Just kind of a Friday night melee, not technical, but just very much the notion. Now I guess that's the Harmony One, 286% over the past 30 days, and it's cooled off. The exit points, you're at 20x your money, okay? So, yeah, very nice. Very nicely done. Now, this 286, guys, we almost beat that in the last 12 days, okay, on Harmony One. So I bring this up. All of these coins can be traded. I like the price action of Harmony One. I just do. I think you guys, know that by now. You know why, too, okay? And I like what I'm seeing in terms of your expressions of your trading discipline. I'm very impressed, huh? I'm very, very impressed. Congratulations, you guys are doing great. Let's see, let's go. Why don't you guys hit up in the comments? Let me know what else you'd like discussed, what else is going on with you. And let's see if you'd like anything discussed and After you do that, if you guys, the ones who aren't discussing anything, or you don't have anything to discuss, why don't you just put a Y in the comment section? Go ahead and push a Y down there and push enter. If you have already joined the Discord, push Y and put it into the chat so that we know in the let's call it, the Harmony Trading group here, in the traders group, that we know that you have already joined the Discord. Just go ahead and put a Y in the comments section. That would help. And we will go through that. And hey, Holder, hey, shout out Lorenzo. That's great, man. That is so great. I hope you appreciate, Lorenzo is a holder of 40,000 Harmony. All right, Daniel, we appreciate that. Very good. And let's see, Lorenzo's a holder of 40,000 coins, huh? Lorenzo, we are so happy to have you here at the channel, brother. I wanted a shout out to Lorenzo, guys, because we love that. Kenny, you're welcome, brother, in terms of that. Hey, look at all those Ys, everybody on that, huh? I like that. Shout out to Fazi, to Robert, shout out to Jonathan, shout out to Victor, Carl. You guys are you guys see we're smoking this, huh? I mean, it's literally smoking, huh? This whole deal is literally, it's cooking. It's going very well, very well. The strategy put forth is going extremely well. Shout out to Robert. Good guys, good. Again, if you're a member of the Discord already, go ahead and click, put a Y in the just a letter Y, like yes, in the comments section. Appreciate that, Carl. Suleiman, I appreciate that. Very good. We got Kenny, we got Daniel. We were just talking. Hey, Tony, I don't see your Y on there. Tony, Alan, I don't see your Y on there. Like yes, Victor. Did you put that on there, Victor? I'm gonna watch. Okay. Alan, I want to see that Y before you get out, brother. I'm asking about the Discord, and people are kind of saying no. It's just a chat room. It's a nice chat room. You guys will have this all day long. Ask any questions you have about Harmony One directly to me or to other people in the community, and you'll have that, as a good, kind of research tool. It's an important part of the community. I did bring up Lorenzo. He has 40,000 coins. That's really great. We have discussed issues with people of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, et cetera, on the coin levels. So it's nice to see people that are holding see our overall strategy, and I'm glad to be able to present that overall strategy as it applies towards the eventual possible road to $1 at least. We can go to coinmarketcap.com. We had a little bit of fun, and most people stayed with us. So let's see what we got. Just got on. I appreciate that. Shout out Richard Adami. How are you? If you just got on, yes, good. Glad you just got on the Discord. Phenomenal. Good night, Alan. Yes, Alan, good night. We appreciate that. Lan Yu. Hey, Lan Yu. Nice to see you. And we're going to chat about the other hedges on sync with One.Have similar patterns. All right, Kenny. All right, good. There's a lot of those. Also, what are your thoughts about hedging hot with BNB as it seems to go down when BNB goes up? Yeah, okay. Well, those are good questions, except that right now BNB and hot are up. Survey says, sorry. Right now, BNB and hot are both up. Look at my taglines here on the right. BNB are both up right now. I'll look at some price charts and do some differentials, but they're both up right now. We're in a different phenomenon, guys. I know you're counting against, we need cash from Bitcoin, from whatever. It's pouring in. We're almost equal to, you guys, we got to look this up. You guys will appreciate this. I think from the other, and I'm just being hard on you in terms of, survey says, because it's doing that to everybody right now. Okay, the market is doing that to everyone in terms of counter indications. It's all gone confluent, guys, and it's just a wild thing to experience. But everything's gone confluent within the last period of time. Don't let me lose viewers. You guys pay attention. This affects your harmony, and I want you to understand that. Let's go through. Let me see. What have we got in terms of, let's see. This is coinmarketcap.com. Now, coinmarketcap.com has got a listing here. I want to bring up to your attention. First of all, let's go down to Harmony One. We want to check out Harmony One. This is coinmarketcap.com, and you will be able to view what is the market cap, current market cap of Harmony One is 1.489 billion. Okay, I want you to recognize in the most recent move, okay, in the most recent move, okay, let me see, I want to calculate, let's see, X times, let's see, let's just do this on the fly, more or less, 1.4848 billion times 0.3. Now, it's not exactly this, but literally on this 30% rise in price, guys, on the 30% rise in price recently, this price escalation, I want you to know that was in excess of $300 million, okay? It was essentially, I can almost take 1.489 divided by 3, 1.489 divided by 3. And I'm going to tell you, it was almost, no, we have to say this, guys, it was $500 million, okay? So that was a $500 million move, okay? $500 million. And I told you, if your investment levels are, you guys pay attention, okay? I told you, if your investment levels are $100 or $100,000 or $100 million, it's not going to affect me. That's no problem. That's fine. You guys have heard that, correct? Yes, from me. I've handled big deals. So have many of you. Okay? Now, what is the big deal here? It's not a big deal to me because I expect this level of efficiency. I'm just going to call it an efficiency. That's it. It's an efficiency, period, is what? That we're able to predict this price perfectly. All right? Literally give you the N perfectly on what? On a $1 billion market concern. All right? It's a $1 billion market concern. Here's the go-to price. Bam, it increases up to 1.5 billion. That's ballpark, okay? But yeah. All right. So we were at, that would have meant that we were at 4.9. Let's do, that's 0.5. Let's do 0.5 times 2 equals 1 times 1.3 equals 1.3. It's off a little bit. I have to get out some actual paper and do the mathematics. But honestly, we went from 12 up to, 17? We added 5 to 12, which is about less than half, etc. So you did add 50%. It was a $500 million move. This call was literally a $500 million move. You guys understand that, right? You're paying attention. That's a $500 million move. No big deal. Yeah, you guys get it. You join the discourse. You're on board. You understand these lines, the accumulation schedules, etc. You understand that that's just normal. These are just mathematics that are telling us this is going to occur. And $500 million swing, bam, not a big deal. We're doing a good job. You guys know that. I think you guys know that. Let's see. Market cap. You guys are discussing that now. That's good. You're talking about buying different coins. That's fine. It'd be nice if we had kind of a voice bypass because I know some of you are listening while the chat is going on. So when I engage in the chat, you're probably listening less because you're not really watching the chat. You're not into that. So you may be interested to know some other issues. What would I be interested to know if I were you? Someone who's just listening. The overall sentiment of Harmony One is very bullish. We love the management team. You guys know that. We have some engagements with them in terms of talking. I understand they're going to have some, I think, speeches, different things that may be moving to Canada. Not sure. Some really cool kind of stuff. So we do love the coin. We love the community. You guys have been phenomenal. You're very, very gracious. You're kind, and you're fun to work with. So yeah, that's that's just what that is. What else would you want to know? You're talking about the market cap appreciation. I'm going to discuss one thing right now. Assuming bull market continues, okay, I want you to look at the top market caps because everyone wants to value the trajectory, and we can do this. This applies to everyone holding one, right? You want to know how do we get to a dollar? Well, essentially, we're going to have to multiply things by, let's just say we have to multiply things. If we're at 15 cents, if we multiply things by 10, we get to $1.50, right? Yeah, okay. So if we if we go 10x from here, all right, then uh, we would have I don't know, 14 billion. All right. So we need 14 billion to get to $1.50, right? Let's look at the top coins. Now, Uniswap is currently about 15 billion. All right. Uniswap's 15 billion. We can gauge it against Litecoin, which is 14. We can gauge it against Chainlink, which is 13. The issue is, I want you just to look at one thing. I want you to look at Bitcoin, which they're saying could eventually get to 100 trillion. Okay, 100 trillion. I want you to imagine that the whole market could be worth 100x of where it is right now, because that's going to blow apart. That's the market cap of gold, guys. Your traditional store of value, it's getting eaten up, right? There's a lot of issues with gold, all right? Now, if it were to go to 100x where it currently is, guys, that would put the market cap of Harmony One where? That's going to put the market cap at 100 billion. Okay, 148 billion. Okay, I would just say it might even put Harmony One at a greater market cap because the funds are going into these other altcoins. This is your future market. This is your future finance. And I don't want to get too far out there. I'm just going to say it's a potential future. The market, everything being decentralized, the work being done through AI and accelerated blockchains, lightning fast on a different paradigm than what anyone understands. It's like the internet. It's that level of an advancement, except it's just like functionality times, instead of communications, it becomes real functionality and kind of verification, monetization, or this. I just love the blockchain. I love the whole premise of it, and the advancement that it presents is phenomenal. So that's one thing that's good that we can talk about. But at 148 billion, assuming 100x, if that's in the market, and I'm going to say at some point it's going to be. I don't know when. I would imagine at some point. Who would thought that the other markets would be where they're at right now? They keep printing money. Anything's possible. So at 100x, yeah, at 100, let's see, what would you be at? At 10, at 100, you'd be at $15.66. That's without any coin burn, anything. That's just a straight plug-in, right? So, yeah, that's okay. And that would give, some other coins a value of about $5 million, $6 million. I think that could happen. It's just going to depend on how things go forward. So that's ambitious. But as people talk about those possibilities in big terms at fancy investment houses, as the whole world is starting to invest in this crypto space, we have to do the math. And we're a lower cap. We represent a bigger or a larger potential investment opportunity and growth cycle than something that's already kind of older and a bit stodgy, more institutional already. So yeah, if it goes up 100x, if one of the big dogs go up 100x, we might be looking at going up 200x. We might be looking at that would be the equivalent of what is that? What would that be? Times 100 would be $15, so it might be $30. You don't know. That's going to be a while. It's going to be a slow process. But if you invest and you look at the overall markets, you're going to say, hey, things are high and have been high in other markets. We would expect the height to continue. So I don't see things cooling off here in the markets anytime really soon, particularly in the crypto. If they do, we are covered on the downside all the time. Reserve cash. People ask me, well, how much would you say I need on the reserve? You need enough to double down, okay? Not to just play another hand, okay? I want to say that. Not just enough to play another hand. Because most of the time people say, well, I'm going to go with my gamble here, and I'm going to throw it in, and if I lose, I'm going to come up with I'm going to go outside and I'm going to find enough money to come back in and do something the right way this time. The next time, that's not going to do you any good, guys. If you fail it this time, you're going to come back again with the same patterns, the same habits. You're going to fail it the next time. Okay? Unless you change your habits, unless you change your patterns, unless you have this entry pricing, bam, okay? Unless you know this is a fake out, you go ahead and bam, all right? Unless you do those types of things, all right? Unless you're able to do that and construct that on a consistent basis, and you have a support network like I'm talking about, the Discord, etc. If you don't have those facilities in place and you don't take advantage of the discipline, and now some people clearly are, I know that for a fact, and they're in this discussion right now, and they're listening to these tapes, these live streams right now. I know that they're in this discussion group and that they have those levels of discipline, because look at this chart, look at the accumulation, look at the line of support that's drawn in line perfectly with where we have designated the different levels of accumulation. It's literally perfect. So I know that people with discipline are here. Like I said, the difference, if it's a 5%, 10%, 20% of you that's doing it, I hope it's 100%. I hope all of the subscribers value their own journey in investing enough to where you realize that we value you as a member of the trading kind of squad, the trading, the overall crypto trading space. That we get to enjoy your presence, and so does the overall crypto space. We have to appreciate one another like that. We have to watch out for each other. That's what a community does, and that's what I like to hear about a community. I don't know who else talking about the crypto community like that, but that's what I like to hear about it. That sounds like it's reputable. That sounds like it's someone with their head screwed on straight, don't you think? And that's when I talk about being professional in Discord or anything else, being professional in here, that sounds like the type of talk that we could get used to. You're literally trying to support not just the neophytes or the brand new investors, but the advanced one or the retired ones or anything else. We want this to be a good space, So that's where I'm at personally with you guys, taking on some initiative in terms of strategies and looking at the reasonable alternative to your quick, rash actions currently ongoing in the market, which may have led to failure or losses. The reasonable alternative to losses is implementing a disciplined strategy. That is exactly the reasonable alternative, is implementing a disciplined strategy. Okay? And that's what needs to occur. That's where you make years of progress in a matter of minutes or a matter of days, because it takes people years to develop that, and sometimes it takes a lifetime and people never develop that. So if we can assist in your developing that, guys, that is the best. That's exactly what needs to occur. That is the best alternative, and a very reasonable alternative to people who would otherwise gamble, get involved just for the rush, the quick buck, the get rich quick. We want sustainability. We want a community that grows and is focused on good things, focused on nonprofits, focused on living well, living healthy, being of service to each other, and really growing the way the crypto space needs to grow. So you won't hear that from everybody. That's my I heard today 2 Satoshis worth. That's my 2 cents worth, 2 Satoshis worth. I like that. Let's go back to the comments. Let's see. Is 400,000 enough Harmony coins? Hey Anthony, what's going on? Shout out. Yeah, man, that's a decent level. If that's what you have, that's a decent level. If you have less, that's fine as well. If you're holding and you're waiting for that dollar, that's beautiful. Let's see. It looks like these are just a while back. 1147. They're current. Okay. Let's see what we have. Yao Nation. Hey, what's up, Yao? Welcome to Pidgetown. Welcome to, I'll say that, welcome to the Discord. You guys are doing a great job. And what else do we have here on Atomic Wall? Let's see. I'm back to say I sold 12K worth of ADA and added 75K of one to my bag. Hey, let's all give a big shout out and welcome to Nijaz. Is it Nijaz? I think Niyaz. I think Niyaz. You told me last night, Niyaz. I tried to remember that. Niyaz Mujkanovic. Niyaz Mujkanovic. Beautiful name, huh? Beautiful name. It's a radical name. I love it. It's awesome. So anyway, what we'll say is Niyaz has come back last night asking questions about, should I liquidate my ADA? Should I get involved in Harmony One? Right? Now the question to Mujkanovic is, okay, Mujkanovic, you have to tell us, did you enter at a good level? Did you get in? Did you follow the strategy? And this is going to be telling right here. We got an acquisition of 75,000, which is good. I like this. 12 grand worth of Harmony One. Did you follow the acquisition strategy, or did you get lazy and say, you know what? I don't care. I just want to put it in. I'm going to hold forever. Now I'm going to challenge you, because this is what happens. You'll get cold on a different coin. You'll come over to a different coin. You'll say, it was worth me spending a little bit of money because now I really like where I am. Okay, so if you're going to do that and you've already shown yourself to kind of, hop around the club a little bit, it's like, this has to be a kind of a long-term relationship if you got in at a level that you say, I'm just going to hold. So let us know in the comments what's your holding strategy. Where are you at? Where should we kind of place you or categorize you? I'd really like you to join the Discord. Mujkanovic, join the Discord so that we can stay up to date with your journey and we can keep you plugged into this community, because we don't want to lose you. I'll say that because we want, part of the community, part of that statement, etc. We want this community to be one that can shoulder up to each other and can continue, can meet those needs where some of the other communities have failed, and there is no need for us to fail, particularly in that regard. We're too good at what we do. We're really good at what we do. So let's see. What do we got else going on? So yeah, let us know, Mujkanovic, if that was a move that you acquired at a good, reasonable price based upon our videos. Okay, based upon those videos. What do we got here? Hey, brother, love your work. Appreciate that. Appreciate the spirit. You got it, brother. Good. Glad to hear that, Jimmy. Jimmy Bond, what's up? Shout out to you, Jimmy Bond. Solid education happening. You got that right, brother. Yow Nation. Big time education. This is what builds a sustainable career, sustainable community, and it will distinguish you amidst the people that you know and those that you interact with online. It will separate you and place you apart as someone who actually knows what they're doing. Okay, a lot of people will be involved in something for a period of 2 or 3 months, wash out, 6 months, wash out. I tell you, if you build a market like this, and not only a group, but a market like this, it's going to be very difficult to wash that market out. And that's my overall larger kind of commentary on how long will this last. People always say, well, how long will this last? Well, what's your inner relationship with the exchanges? How well do you understand the overall market? How well do you understand the cycle of the exchanges, the economic forces in play? We have the resistances, we have the supports, not only in the market, but also geopolitically, etc. How much do you understand all those other issues? Are you guys interfacing with the management teams? Are you interfacing with you believe in Harmony One? Are you interfacing with the management, with the COO, with the CEO? Would you be willing to go to a conference and learn more and dedicate up to maybe a different trading education, a higher level of education? I brought up with Oxford has a role right now, or an educational program with Get Smarter. Would you consider something like that to bring your skills to the table and further develop that? Or maybe you're just into the technological standpoint, but you guys are into the trading. I know that you're into the trading element of this heavily. Okay, the watched hours, guys. A lot of people have a lot of videos. Okay, the watched hours of our videos are phenomenal. I know that you're paying attention, that you're learning. Okay, so you're taking this very seriously. So that just is something that we're looking at in terms of kind of going forward. And I'll just ask you guys those questions. We'll leave that there. Let me look at the comments again. I feel like I'm in class every time I join your live stream. I love it. Hey, cool, Lorenzo. That's good. I know that you're willing to learn. And I guess the point is, guys, you can go to class, and I don't want to say this about Oxford, but you can go to Harvard. You can go to some Ivies. You can go to some different places. And you won't get this kind of class. You won't get the trading view. You won't get the practical applications. And you'll walk back and say, okay, you learned a lot of fundamentals. Maybe you learned some up and coming different aspects of the market, some different things like that. Maybe, kind of part of the core. If you go to Harvard Business School, it's a nice place. You would like it. But, in the stacks in the library, it's just covered as what's called the core. And you just pick a book off any bookshelf. There's probably 18, 19, 10, 15 foot tall, bookcases in there. And it's just all the core. You look at the core. What's the core? You get into, like with, an education, etc., like with Oxford as well, that you would go into, you would realize even with the Get Smarter program, the core is not going to include trading necessarily like this. Now, I'd like to think that it does, and I'd like to think that you walk out knowing the fundamentals, what to ignore and what to really hold on to. But that's where experience comes into play, and it's just, I hope they're teaching people well. I hope that's what happens. But it's, years and years and decades of experience. If you could throw that all in, that definitely helps. So let's see, what else do we have? Yo, what's up, Lan Yu? Nice to see you, Lan Yu. You are welcome on the education. Trying to have a little bit of fun. It's Friday night, man. I had a song. You guys want to hear this song? I think this is pretty cool. I'm not sure how loud it's going to be, and I probably won't know until it already plays. I found this song because we had so many problems with the other music, and if we lose subscribers, that's fine. I have to show you this song. It may not even let me play this song. That may be okay. I have to say maybe that's okay because we've had such a disaster with the music. So that's okay if it's completely off. I mean, it may be. You guys think maybe it's completely just short-circuited. That's okay. If it is, that's something we'll get through. And maybe it's short-circuited. No problem. I think I can bring it up. I think you'll like this. Let's see what we have. Not that one. Not that one. This one here. Let me see if I can bring this up because it's kind of like a kingdom song. Let me see if I can. Where's my library? It's not going to. Okay, maybe we can't do this. I thought we saved it on the site. Well, no. All right, it's all for the best. Never mind the music since it's a wash every time anyway. But I found us a cool intro song. So you guys don't have to worry about that. And sure enough, people just tuned out and got out of the chat. That's fine. That's okay. We've been discussing the it's just so awful. If we discuss anything other than the charts for like 5 seconds, people immediately leave. It's like, okay, that's fine. But I mean, you need music. I mean, maybe you have your own music on. That's fine as well. What did we have? We have a rocket. We have a few different rockets that we brought up. Not that. We have a rocket. That's kind of nice. I thought that was cool. Friday night, we look at a rocket. You guys are into the whole moon ride. So that's basic stuff. You guys need to see any other charts. You need to know anything else about one. What do you need to know tonight? Just mainly the volume. I know the volume, man. The volume control on this thing is just wild. So as you guys look at that, I need like a micro volume controller, which I can look at. 90 plus 1001 over here, really learning how not to make mistakes. Good, Yao Nation. New to the game, already made a few mistakes, but still up. Good. I like to hear that if you're still up. That's a beautiful time to learn. And the level of discipline that we are showing right now. If you're already up, man, I tell you, when you start chasing the house and the Ferrari and all those things out there, you don't need that tomorrow. And as you go through that, the discipline can eventually get you there. You may already have it. If you have it, you'll realize it's not everything. They're nice cars, you know. Jets are nice, Ferraris are nice, compound houses are nice. But as you look at a sustainable career, the big thing is that you enjoy this. You want to be able to continue to enjoy this. So that's the biggest thing from my standpoint is if you enjoy this and you really want to continue it, we want to help you be able to continue it, and we want to attract those kinds of people to the community. And the more that we can do that is that's the phenomenal nature of what we're doing, and it is phenomenal, guys, because not everyone does that. Okay, not everyone is doing that. I don't know anyone else who's really doing that right now. Go ahead and click a thumbs up. Okay, if you agree that that's important, just yeah. So I understand that the people in here understand that yeah, it's important for us to bring a good, a good, what do you call it? A good community aspect to what we're building here that will help kind of confirm what we're talking about. If you can hit that up button, that's more of an agreement between the people that are in here right now, which I think is important. Hey, Sean, shout out to you, brother. I appreciate the dedication, you guys being here too. Shout out to you. We break out along the upside or the downside here. Good question. You want to know, are we going to break out? Let's see. Let's congratulate Yao Nation on 90,000 Harmony One coins and being up and learning. I'm saying up overall in his portfolio and learning, okay, learning trading strategies now. And I'd recommend you get into some books right now, Yao. And that John J. Murphy that I recommended is a good book for you to read on technical analysis. You can go way down that rabbit hole. I have extrapolated a lot of that and synthesized that over a period of years. So you're able to get a lot of it here, but it'd be great for you to have a reference book. I'd like for you to have a reference book if you guys are early in your trading careers or just figuring things out, how the technicals work. You need to figure out these programs. For as technically inclined as you all are, I know that you can do that. So let's see what we have here. Okay, ARDR, let's see, XDC. You love learning about this world and looking to it from a perspective. Good. You're an engineer by trade. Fantastic. Lan Yu is an engineer by trade. But yeah, you can see the engineering, you can see the CAD, constructions, the precision, etc. So that's very key. Yeah, you're welcome, Sean. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Robert, shout out to you. I appreciate that. Those thumbs up. Thank you, guys. That means a lot that you're recognizing that. That's huge for the community, guys. It's a very unique community. No one's doing it with this level of precision, and we're doing it with Harmony because, guys, we love the management team. We love the idea of the management team. We believe in its future. I believe there's a very good synergy between Binance and the management team with Harmony One, and that's to be celebrated. That's a good thing. It's just early in what could be just a dynamic process here, and as we watch this kind of take off over the next few weeks and months, it should be phenomenal. Looking forward to some phenomenal pricing action. It could be a fun 2021, guys. As you look at this, and it's just getting started, it could be a really fun 2021. So definitely don't over leverage yourself right now in any one trade. You know, whether it's this specific price action, can you imagine over leveraging yourself in a specific price action? Now, holding is fine. If you want to hold through the remainder of the year and be a part of the community and listen and learn, that's great. But can you imagine over leveraging yourself in a specific position right now, not knowing what you're doing, buying into high, and it has to hit now or else? Can you imagine that? Okay, with a huge potential 2021 staring you in the face, and us all or anyone, let's say, as a group, not kind of bringing to your attention, hey, it's going to be a fun year. It's already been a fun year. It's going to be a really great rest of the year. We have people in the group that are making great money that are paying attention to our entry points, you know? Yeah, to our entry points. They're paying great attention and they're making great money. They've made great money along the way. Now, the specified entry points, everyone's making great money. You know, even while things are kind of looking however they're looking right now. Normal retracement. Let's get an update on the price here. Let's get into the chart and look at kind of what the, there we go. Let's look at the phenomenal. Now, we are on it again. All right. Now, we just completed that last tick down onto the line again. Now we will see, and it just moved back up, and depending on where we're zoomed out and at what level, it's either on or it's off. So the more we zoom in, the less precise this will be. I have to get out what I call a scalpel, and that's literally me taking my mouse off, me using the trackpad, me getting literally, down to the, the last quarter inch on my mouse pad. We don't have to do that right now. It looks like we are going to break down into the darker green. That's a possibility. I look forward to seeing if that's going to happen. Okay? I look forward to seeing if that's going to happen. All right? That should be exciting for you guys. Okay? Why? Well, because we have a whole another set of orders set up right here. Okay? We have a double down set of orders right here. Now, what do we want to do? Well, you're just asking the question. Someone just brought up, is it going to, we'll get laddering out. I don't necessarily use laddering because of the terminology of ladder attacks, and I don't like to get into that or ultra short technologies that are, speaking in terms of speaking in terminologies that could be detrimental to people's financial future, and I'm not one to gauge that for you. You need to seek professional advice if you want to get into some of those advanced tactics. But the squeezes and the ladder attacks and the different natures of the market phenomenons and extreme pressures of groups that are organized like that, I like to use kind of a tiered accumulation, double and triple down approach in line with the top investment communities and institutions in the world. Some of the most advanced investors in the world that you guys know of or may not know that you know of. I bring up one of the competitors of this group, BlackRock, okay, with how much is it? Is it 6 trillion? The last time I checked, it was 3 trillion, 6 trillion. It keeps going up. It probably depending on what you look at. So let's see, bridging with BTC would be for the one community. Yeah, bridging with BTC, phenomenal. Sean, great question. Great question. That's what I'm talking about, Victor. I don't want to get into ladder attacks. I tell you guys my standard that I don't. If I can't find it in the Harvard Business School library, I don't cover it. Okay, that's my prescription. Literally, if I can't find the definition in a Harvard Business School library, I'm not going to. Okay, I'm not going to get into it. All right, I'm not going to get into it. So if it's not fundamental like that and it doesn't have a professional tone to it, if it's something backwards which could be convoluted and have 10 or 15 different definitions, I'm not going to get into it. So it's not going to be anything that you hear on this channel at all. You're never going to hear stuff on this channel that you say, well, we think that that's just getting made up. That's probably just made up. We're not sure. You're not going to have to go ask your questions to your friends or family who also invest, or go seek a different advice or opinion because you've heard something but you think it's kind of a strange thing and you wanted to confirm it. No. And that's not to talk down about any of those things. If you want to short squeeze, if you want to, whatever, if you want a credit default swap on your short sweet squeeze ladder attack, go for it. If you want to do that stuff, you can get out there, but the lesser used norms in the industry are not going to be prolific here. So I get into an accumulated tiered approach that is kind of a double or triple down. And people keep saying, okay, you're laddering in, you're laddering out, what are we going to cover here? So I get that. I like a tiered approach, a tiered accumulation schedule, heavier on the downside. All right? There's a reason I'm talking like that right now. I know some people that have recently lost money in a ladder attack, or they're even. We have not lost any money. I'm not with those groups. Those guys are good guys, some of them. I don't like that they lost money. I don't like anybody to lose money. So if you've talked with me or around me personally, etc., I don't like people who encourage other people to go and lose money. That's not my MO, guys. That's not how I am. So when we talk about some other things that get pushed around and have, big long, a big long treatise that comes with it. All right, in terms of, we'll read this and then you'll understand, and then you can get in, and we're going to make, 50 times our money. We're going to take down part of Wall Street. Are you kidding me? No. If you have to read a big treatise on it and it's not an article out of Harvard Business School, then go for it. That's not going to be anything I'm interested in. So if you guys have good resources on that, and I'm talking about good, recognized, formalized institutional resources that I can look at and possibly share with somebody else, then drop me a link. Okay, if it comes out of, if it's out of Harvard Business School, something else like that, and you guys want me to look at it, you found an article in the Harvard Business Journal, great. Let's check it out. Let's look into that. If it's something that's regularly recognized, it's not in a Newsweek. It was back cover of Newsweek. Oh, really? We're not going to get into that stuff. So it's just a matter of professionalism, and what I'm getting into now is a strategy that's currently being used by some of the top investors in the world. Competitors, I would say, their competitors are like BlackRock, something like that. Okay, BlackRock, 3 trillion to 6 trillion, big time players. So that's just the way that is. And if people don't like that, you're not going to get into ladder attacks, you're not going to get into short squeeze, you're not going to get into this and that. I just don't. This is not that. So I don't want to discuss that. And I only want to discuss things that are verifiable, that anyone can go to a quality institution, a learning institution, since this is all for educational purposes. I might turn into giving you some sort of a financial advice if I begin discussing things that aren't even involved in an institution or outside the purview of my education. And if I can't verify that with a solid, 100+ year institution that's been studying this stuff and teaching it for 100, since that time, then, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So, and I understand that things are evolving and that they're nice, but nicely evolving. But at the same time, what we're going through here is a tiered approach, double down, heavier weight on the lower ends of this Fibonacci. Okay, that Fibonacci is giving us a lower cost basis, or a cost per coin, anticipating a positive upward trajectory, another upward price action for us to capitalize on. We don't mind personally right now. We would prefer the price to go up. We would prefer, after accumulation, for the price to go up. We do not mind, and it will not affect our overall long-term profitability if it continues to go down, because we are prepared to double and triple down in the teal area, or in the blue area after the teal area. We have shown the investment levels prior heretofore. We have X number of dollars available on the top line, which is divided into the two tiers here. Okay, this $100 or 1,000 or 1 million is divided into two tiers, the top tier and then the bottom tier. Okay, this pale green, then the darker green in here. Okay, and that is literally what's holding right now in the market. So that next level approach and this double down here has held the market since 4 o'clock. This is great. It has held the market since 4 p.m. 1600. Okay, since 4 o'clock it has held this. It is going to be working on trying to hold this for a period of 12 straight hours. All right, so that is phenomenal. Okay, that it's looking to hold that for a period of 12 straight hours. Impressive. That shows me what you guys are doing in terms of your discipline. Very impressive. Good job, guys. And it's not just you. It's a lot of different people that are involved at this Fibonacci level, and it's the market maker who is allowing. Do you guys want to see the? I don't even want to bring up the RSI or any other kind of technical indicators. Let's appreciate that is going on, and that these levels. Okay, if it continues to go down, well, we have the next level. That's fine. At the teal, this teal area, I'm investing a double down of this 100 and this 300 area. I have 600 here. Okay, At the lower level, I have the 600 plus the 300 and the 100. Okay, I have 1800. Okay, at the this is 600 in the teal. I have 1800 in the blue. Okay, then all of that is added up, and I have the whopping 5400 in the lower level. Now I'll say this, and that's gonna get on down through to the gray. That would be the 100, 200, the 600, the 1800, the 5400. Okay, now that may be cut down to where it may be 5.4 million instead of 5400 or 54,000 on the bottom, or $54 if people are paper trading or learning how to trade. That's fine. That doesn't affect me at all if it's a lower amount or a bigger amount. I'm not concerned personally. Listen, I'm not phased and I'm not concerned that in meeting our price target here on the teal level, wherein we tripled down, okay, we went from 100 to 200. I told you there was nothing holding the price up in between these levels. There's nothing there. Now we have something there. I'll discuss why we have something there as opposed to this time period and at around April 5th, when I said we have nothing here between 15 cents and 12 cents or 13 cents. 13 cents. We have nothing there. There's nothing to hold us up. All right? So I said that, and sure enough, we cratered through that level, okay, with a relatively decent, and they were trying to hold that a bit, but that was a relatively quick move to the downside. One of the quicker moves we've had to the downside through that entire channel. I said we don't have much holding us there until we get here. Now we reached that level, we achieved a $500 million move in the market. Okay, collectively, we, the market, we achieved a $500 million move in the market on a $1.5 billion market concern. So that's fine. That's good. Next, what do we do next? Next, after calling this out perfectly, yes, there's not going to be much here. You guys can watch the former tapes. I recommend you watch the tapes, okay, and you learn. And if you want to learn more, continue to learn more from me and anyone else you can. The fall through here, totally on the tapes, okay? Absolutely precision guided instrument, okay? B-1 stealth bomber with laser guided missiles literally would have pinpointed this about as well as we did. And we did it, all right? Bam. From the same about up here. Just we're going to tell you right there it's going to go in this little crevice, and we have that precision laser guided B-1 bomber missile. Bam, right? Yeah. So bam, we're up 30%, $500 million move on a $1.5 billion market concern. 1/3 of the value just overnight. No big deal. Another morning's, coffee. Let's go for it. Let's see what else we need to do. Now we're working on the accumulation schedule. Now it makes sense for us to get involved in this accumulation schedule, which is playing out absolutely perfectly. It's not surprising now. Why do we have something holding us up here? Well, because we are on a retracement. And on the retracement, the overall retracement, the pricing retracement, which is a healthy move for the price, okay, for the price action on Harmony 1. It's a nice break after a very strenuous 20x, exercise of its muscles, 20x on your returns. We looked at the price action to the upside and said, now it's time to accumulate, to plan for the event that we experience additional upside. That's just it. On the contingent that we will experience an additional positive price action at one of these proportional levels predefined. Okay, this is the mathematics. This is not me. These are the built-in mathematics which allow a market to function. Okay, so the notion that we literally will have another upside makes us engage at different levels. Light on the top. At the very top in the red zone, just like over here. Now this has still continued over here. We have not lost this at all. I want to make that very clear. We have not lost this Fibonacci at all. The overall trend of the overall market, that still applies 150%, guys. It still applies, absolutely. Absolutely. I have this over here to demonstrate and show to you more of a lined out expression of exactly what's going on for purposes of clarity. Okay? For purposes of clarity. Me pulling this over here does not mean it all of a sudden does not apply to that beautiful chart. Not at all. No, I just give you some room to see through it so that we can, focus in on what's been designated as the current accumulation strategy. That's exactly what's being done. Nothing more, nothing less. The overall Fibonacci lines of the general broader trend are absolutely still there. So this is where we are at in this accumulation phase, and we have steps here, and I'll go through this again. We have different steps here that we did not have right in here, and I've moved this away because nothing was here to support. After we broke through this line, which could be just immediately brought over to here in and around 15, I said there's nothing there to stop us, and it literally, you guys should have seen it that day. It's like they decided something would be there, but there was nothing there until the price target, bam, 30%, $500 million move on a $1.5 billion concern. Now there are levels here, tiered accumulation scheduled levels here. Heavier weight on the downside. Every level down doubles. We double what the accumulative on the top. It's not exactly a Fibonacci standard, but it's very close if you know what Fibonacci's are. So as we go down, we increase the investment level. You guys know that. And we're doing that for the contingent that we do experience the same bullish trajectory. Now we're covered on the downside with the additional investments, okay, the additional investment levels, as if these, and please pay attention, we're covered below this in the event that it does go down further. We are covered because then essentially we will act as if this did not occur. This accumulation schedule did not occur. We will have the same invested amounts in this area of the pale green and the dark green areas. This 100 and the 200 will be the same amounts that we would have had from the very top peak of this price action. Nothing will have changed. The only thing that will have changed is literally the pricing approach and the accumulation schedule, okay, the tiered approach of, okay, the application of the Fibonacci, the tiered approach of these Fibonacci schedules or these ratios that give us our market orders that allow us to set the prices for our market positions with the exchanges. But understand, if this is blown through to the downside, what changes for us? Absolutely nothing. We are still calm, cool, collective, and 100%, guarantee you 100% confident in the price action and our ability to profit off of this financial concern, off of this chart, off of Harmony 1. We are 100% confident in our ability to profit, just as we just did on 30%. And here, 30% and 10% and 10% at the different levels, okay? Doubling our money on the investment returns, on the significant positive price actions, 2x money within the last 2 weeks, within the last 12 days, okay? 13 days now, I think. But that's the only thing that changes. If this decides to pull down and go down another level, now when it hits the teal, guys, it's going to get that kick again. It's going to get this 100. If it decides to go down and collapse through its price, I'm going to tell you, it's going to get the 100, then it's going to get the 200. Then at this, it's going to get, if it hits this target again, it's going to get hit like a truck again with 600. So it's going to have to try and absorb that. And if it can absorb that somehow, however it chooses to, if it finds a way to get down to the next level of the 0.618 to the 6.5, okay, the golden pocket, guys, you're looking at the potential for just an obliteration, okay? You're looking at the potential for heavy action. If it were to get lower than that, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a return like you would probably write home about, and everyone's going to say, wow, can you believe how much cash we made on that? You have to have the insurance on the downside to experience the phenomenon, and you would say, well, I don't need to plan for that contingency. I don't want to. I want to, if you smoke me with, two aces or a blackjack on the first hand, I'm out. That's it. That's it. I'm out of here. Okay. But what if you took that angle here? What if you went all in just a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Now, if you followed the channel, it wouldn't have happened to you. We were on. We called this. We let you know there was a stop loss. I mean, we stopped everything in here. I'll just tell you, due to some extraordinary market conditions. If you guys weren't listening, that's why you need to subscribe and turn on notifications, period. Because yes, we were right on this with timing. I mean, exactly. It's exactly as we were with this. So I would pay attention to this channel. I am paying attention to this channel. And I wish I had someone like this teaching me when I was first involved in the market. Maybe I wasn't ready then to learn. You guys may be ready to learn. So that is the contingent here. I'll just tell you. Now, the real contingent is that we are planning for the upside. And you guys know that. And that's the good news, is that we are planning for the upside. Again, I am very relaxed, as are all of you, knowing that we are exactly calling these levels. All right? They are precisely being generated for us. So we are not doing the computational math, but we are expressing those as just a function of the program, which is a publicly available program, right? So we are fine with this. We are fine with it. All right? We're fine with it. If it continues to go towards the golden pocket, which would be the equivalent of right in here, which is essentially a continuation of the point, what is it, 0.6, 0.618, 0.62 is fine, 0.62 to 0.65. They're very particular about the exact nature of these, but 0.62 is fine. You can say 0.62. If you get to that level at some point, that's just the golden pocket. It's just an important ratio. That's it. An important ratio. Don't worry about it. An important ratio for growth of stocks, etc. It's the same ratio, again, it's the same exact ratio that you hit right here after accelerating essentially 100, making double your money, 2x your money in a few days. Same ratio. Don't worry about it. Same exact ratio, that was same exact pullback here. So if the overall trend goes through that same exact ratio pullback, again, it was expected here fully. Again, here it's expected potentially fully. Can it be avoided? Sure, absolutely. We could go up during this time frame. Probabilities are there will be some action here. Okay, is it enough? Well, it'll depend what happens in the overall market. Maybe something cataclysmic kind of happens. Maybe something unexpected happens that we don't want to necessarily predict. We just kind of want to plan for. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's plan for all the contingencies, okay? And don't get feeling that you need an absolute $1 million to play this game, to invest well. No, you need a small amount, but you need to gauge your risk, okay? And in terms of you guys that are holding, hey, phenomenal, huh? Phenomenal. Enjoy the learning process and enjoy the fact that your community involves people like us that are very concerned with the well-being of the market and our specific, and I like this, guys. I won't say concerned about. I'm concerned with, in a positive dynamic, our interaction with the market makers, and I want them to see us as one of the best traded coins that exist. Why? Because I'm trading it. You're trading it. I want the market makers in the exchange to be like, man, these guys, Harmony One, have you seen what all they're collectively doing? It's like, yeah, we're literally playing by the rules that your exchange is giving us on the program that you're giving us. Why else would they give us TradingView on Binance? Have you thought of that? Why else would they give us TradingView on Binance? You know, as you pull up Binance and it loads, they have TradingView for you to download and use these tools. TradingView right here, Binance.us. Why else would they give us this information to use if we weren't supposed to use it? You guys get that. You understand we're supposed to use it. You understand why it's working. It's part of the exchange software that's offered to individuals that most people don't know how to use, that fortunately we know how to use. So that's phenomenal. Let's see. I may go change platforms for a second and bring in another platform if you have additional CZ on Binance is boosting BNB instead of Harmony One. BNB is doing well. You guys know that I have been saying in terms of I've been saying hello, hello. You guys know on BNB, I haven't said much, but I've been saying hello, hello. It's just one of those hello. You guys are aware. Hello. We have fun trading with Harmony. Harmony is the best one to trade. You guys know that. It's the best thing to, I think, hold and trade. BNB, you guys wind up holding that irrespective as kind of your cash position in the background, so that's fine. That's my issue as well. I have no idea when people will sell. I wish I would have sold with everyone at 21 cents. What are you talking about? Targets once the price exceeds the fib levels is set. This thing has a very good responsive rate intra-positionally of being around 10%. This wasn't, you had to follow in with us, guys. You had to follow in with us. And when this complicates with outside news that frustrates, you have to follow the news and everything we're doing. This very predictable 30%. This extremely like price target, bam, right? You have to understand we're tripling down there, right? That's what you're not including in your equation, is that the amount of investment increases because it's a better price for people. Not just us, in general, the price is lower, so there's going to be a heavier investment. It's supply demand. At a lower price, there's going to be a heavier demand for the item. And it's kind of this pre-designated level that the program gives us to let us know it's a pre-designated level. Now, can it reach this other phenomenal level of the golden pocket? Sure, it can. What might need to happen? I'm not going to get into the factored a differential kind of factored hypothetical analysis of what it's going to take to get it there. I'm just not going to waste the breath in my body to do that. It's very complicated, and we might as well be in a structured course at Yale or Princeton, and literally going through this information. We don't need to do that. We can do other things on a Friday night, I believe. So, guys, I appreciate things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to review some of these comments. If you will just real quickly go ahead and smash the like button. Please smash the like button. We have 65 people here. We only have 55 likes. It's Friday night. I know you'd like to be doing other things on a Friday night, but give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, and I can make you a deal. If you want to give me some thumbs up, we can continue for a minute, but if you need to. If you'd like to continue, give some thumbs up, and let's see if we have any more questions to address. Otherwise, I just see we have 62 watching, this and that, people kind of trailing off, and we've kind of maxed out on the thumbs up. For all I know, YouTube is restricting the amount of thumbs up. It's possible. I don't know why they would do that. Irrespective, we've been able to look at the price. I want you to understand that the action is playing out exactly as planned with the tiered down, heavy double down or triple down approach. We are entering into exactly the phenomenon that we expected. As time transposes, we have a dual level of exposure on the possibility of an upside. If it continues to go into a downward kind of retracement path, we are covered. We're ready to double and triple down at appropriate levels to where we have kind of an insurance level in line with the former Fibonacci's, and we are able to capitalize on, okay, a double or triple down, which was already met once, experiencing a 30% gain in value. Or if we go to the golden pocket, even a double or triple down from that position, we have backup. Okay, we have an insurance policy. We have a contingent plan B and plan C. And that plan B and plan C are part of the normal operative kind of dynamics and proportions that we would expect to see in a healthy market. So this is not a derivation or not a deviation from anything that would be considered to be positive or healthy in the price action of Harmony One. This is exactly what we would have expected to see. It has been a pleasure to watch this price action go forward. I understand exactly what you guys are doing and why. It's phenomenal to watch. I anticipate additional accumulation if we continue to drop at all. Okay, at all. I anticipate additional accumulation at these levels in a really beautifully orchestrated, I'll say very well disciplined, not orchestrated, very well disciplined based upon the science, based upon the mathematics, this is when things begin to get interesting, I believe, from an institutional standpoint, i.e. Binance or the other exchanges, for them to look at this and say, these people are playing this market the way that they need to play this. And in fact, they're not playing, they are literally following the science, following the mathematics, and you are in a position to capitalize extremely well, to protect your future, to protect your capital. I'll say that, protect your capital, have your reserve, have your backup, your insurance, if you will, and to be able to still provide yourself with an exposure on the chance that it defies the odds and decides to go up. This is, you have that upward exposure with the protection on the downside. You have the further backup, foundational kind of resource cash insurance at these lower levels. You understand how the cash comes through from the other fib levels on the trend, so that we're not changing the strategy. It's all consistent. And guys, I know that you understand what we're talking about. So it's a pleasure to have the Crypto Kingdom and to be discussing that with you in terms of kind of an educational approach, not financial advice, just some wealth wisdom. And it's what I've been able to put together through years of work since starting at age 22 as a financial advisor on a $1 billion equity fund, putting that package together. So it's nice to be able to bring this information to you. Please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so we can get you the information in a timely manner. And let's see, anything else? I think the only other thing I would say is have a good, nice, safe rest of your Friday. Let's watch the price action develop. We will get back to you. And yeah, get to the Discord. Additional questions can be addressed there. We may open up a different part of the channel there, or the server called Questions. Questions for London. I am London. So if you have questions for me, we can go through there on specified questions. We'll get into profit taking. We'll get into those other issues. Right now, this is the immediate concern. It is the phenomenon that you guys will never forget. After we put forth the video last night on buying the dip, look how it's going, guys. It's literally perfect. All right, it's literally in line with the scheduled accumulation phase. I look forward to seeing how the market wants to respond to the very scientifically scheduled kind of built-in programming that's working. So you guys have a good night. It's been a pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you so much for your loyalty and your dedication. I will hop over to the Discord for a while and answer some questions there. We'll leave the charts. And yeah, just have a safe Friday night. Make sure you invest in your relationships and in all the other parts of your life aside from crypto, along with crypto, and keep those relationships flourishing. And we'll try and keep working hard here at the channel. And yes,